Speak to the gods and earth of the God-born Bill Universal, transmitter supreme science on earth and the universe. And this iGod TV up at the store. Game changers, family.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, okay. And we got the one, the only, the hardest working man in the game right now for the town, okay? The most albums out in the city, okay? The most collaborative albums out in the city. Okay, the Flyers concert just now shut down the whole triangle. All right, out here banging 2 hot singles out here floating around for y'all. Y'all check them out, Spotify. Y'all find him everywhere. All right, if y'all wonder who we talking about, we talking about the one, the only Lil Shady, y'all here in the building, man.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord.
All right, we in the house. We in the house. Yes, sir. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling, man? How's everything?
I'm blessed. I'm breathing. Shit, can't complain.
Yeah, man, that's a fact for real, man. Because with so much shit going on right now, you know what I mean. You got to stay close to the family. You know what I mean. It's the value shit you value the most. You got to hold on to them tight right now. You know.
Most definitely. Tomorrow ain't promised.
For real, man. So how's everything been going through, like the pandemic and all that, man? I know how it's been for artists and shit shows and this little shit, man. How you been moving through the pandemic?
Pandemic ain't stopping shit for me. I'm gonna just be honest with you. Shit, when I want to get in the studio and drop something, I'm gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, of course you got to watch how you move out here because you know that Corona shit it done killed so many people.
Right, it ain't no joke.
But at the same time, you know, when you passionate about something and you determined to make it happen, you know, you're gonna make it happen. You know, when there's a will, there's a way.
That's right. Yeah, and, can't let the shit stop you.
Like I said, when I'm sitting in the crib, I'm smoking. A beat hit my ear and shit, and I ain't got no choice but to keep repeating it. It's like, okay, it's time to go to the studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get there one way or another. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, I mean, the pandemic ain't stopped shit for me.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Give you some time to lock in, you know what I mean? Being in the house for a little bit, get the lyrics, you know?
I mean, as far as being in the house, I'm a homebody anyway. I'm an introvert. You know what I'm saying? I go out, but I mean, I just do that out of boredom. I do that out of boredom.
Yeah.
I mean, me sitting in the crib, smoking, because that's what I do.
Right.
I smoke. I like to be high. Shit. I'm peaceful when I'm high. I'm happy when I'm high. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I like being in the crib, smoking, eating, watching funny shit. I like to watch a lot of murder documentaries.
Yeah.
Nothing, but you know.
Yeah, I like that shit too.
Know, you might have to learn how to get away with some shit.
Hey, on some real shit.
So shit, man. Me and the girl, man, we sit in the crib, man. We watch murder documentaries all day long. You know what I'm saying? We be on Hulu, Prime, all that shit, just watching documentaries. So I mean, as far as that go, I love being in the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's so much shit going on in the city.
Right.
I ain't trying to be involved in that shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying? To the point now I'm trying to keep my kids out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? I got sons that's coming up and they, you know, they trying to follow trends and shit. And I gotta be daddy and tell you like, no, that ain't cool.
That ain't
like shit, take notes for me. You seen my fuck ups in life, shit. Now I'm in the crib.
That's right, man. You know, and that's important too, man, because a lot of these youngins ain't got the man around to be able to give them that. You know what I mean? To be able to be that stop sign in front of them, you know what I mean? When they moving reckless, somebody come in like, hey, look, man, I seen it, did it. Don't even go there.
I want the same shit to happen to them that I've seen happen to other people that I've known or been close to or that loved. You know what I'm saying? Because something happened to one of mine.
Right. And at the end of the day, it just ain't worth it, man.
It ain't worth it.
Go with what you believe in. Go with your talents. You know what I mean?
And one of my sons rap too. And he's actually dope. I mean, he's 16. And when I was 16, I wasn't half as hot as he is.
Honestly, coming up with one of the greats. I mean, he got no choice.
Because him growing up in the house with me, he watched me sit at the table, smoke weed all day. And I had CDs stacked this high with instrumentals.
Right.
And I would just flip through the CDs. And once something caught my ear, he would just see me writing. And then once I got something wrote and I feel good about it, shit, I used to take him to the studio with me.
Like this the process. So you got to see the whole process of it and the work ethic and everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's a good head start.
He's seen everything. And he was only 4 or 5 years old, but
soaking it up.
I knew that eventually over time, he was gonna come to the music. Right. He'd been around it so much dealing with me. I'm like, eventually he gonna, you know,
born into it.
Cause shit, you know, all kids go through their phases. You know
Absolutely.
what I'm saying? He went through his Spider-Man phases.
Mhm.
He went through the little WWF
Yep,
phases.
yep.
Then he went through his little phase where he called himself like a Michael Jackson.
Mhm.
And then next thing you know, shit, he the hardest nigga out rapping. I'm like, whoa.
Right,
Where
yeah.
it come from?
Right, come out the blue like, wait, that was kind of all right.
Yeah. He was 12 when he recorded his first song.
Oh man, that's dope. That's some Lil Wayne shit.
It is crazy because I mean, I had a studio full of people that night. I can remember it was about 12 people in there. And a lot of them was like local rap legends.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get them on certain songs or whatever, but shit, next thing you know, shit, my son just tapped me like that. Like, we only got 30 minutes left. Can I do my song?
Oh,
you
word.
Know, and I'm telling him, like, no, man, you know, we working. We trying to, but you know, something just told me, like, let him do a song. Because he kept asking. So, I mean, shit. I let him do a song and the shit came out. I mean, he had his shit. I didn't know he knew how to write 16-bar verses.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you. So he had it formatted and everything.
He had the hook already. He had the 16-bar, two 16-bar verses.
Wow.
He killed that shit.
So he was really paying attention.
I got goosebumps, man. I shed a tear.
Yeah,
but I ain't want nobody to know that. I went to the bathroom
like,
and shit.
It hit
but I'm like, man, like I didn't influence my son. And to watch what he done created without me, he ain't even asked for my help or nothing.
Right, he didn't need it anymore because he already had all the help from you.
When he did that, like man, that touched me, and I'm like, man, I gotta keep pushing with what I'm doing because shit, I'm motivating him.
Yeah,
he watching me. You know, we might not got the same rap style or talk about the same shit, but he got that shit for me, and it's like, man, I gotta keep pushing.
Yeah, to show him that you don't stop. You know what I'm saying?
One of us don't blow shit.
Right.
And I'm gonna push you, shit. You push me and shit.
That's dope, man. That's dope, man, for real. Because he really paid attention, locked in, man. He had the 16s and everything ready.
And now, I mean, he got that Detroit rap style. But honestly, I ain't taking nothing away from none of them niggas. But I'm like, my son killing y'all with your own style. And he a Midwest nigga. He ain't from no Detroit. He from right here in Warren, Ohio. But it's still a Midwest, it's still a Great Lakes, you know what I mean? Midwestern. The nigga, he killing them with their own style, and I love it. Right. I love it. I mean, I try not to praise him too much because I don't want him to get no big head about himself. Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? I want him to stay humble. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's what I got him. Man, that's key, man. You know what I mean? Just like we said, it means a lot though to have that man around, man. Somebody look up to and to point you in that direction, you know, because with that seeing you going in that direction might have stopped him from going in the direction another man might have took him in. You know what I mean? If you might not have been there to give him that, you know what I'm saying? So that I applaud you for that for real, man, because that means a lot to these young brothers out here right now, because that's really what it boiled down to is looking up to the wrong type of individual. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? I've seen how a lot of my old classmates and old friends from the hood, and you know, once we got to a certain age, we went our separate ways, and these motherfuckers like they gravitated towards motherfuckers who wasn't about shit. Exactly. And the motherfuckers took them down right along with them. You know what I'm saying? I refuse to become another statistic, so I'm like, fuck that. That's right. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I was in the football and shit, but once I got introduced to this rap shit, like, man, I'm gonna make it with one of these motherfuckers, one way or another. Right. You know, I ain't about to just end it like this. I ain't about to just get out of high school and get a regular job and be out here struggling every week to make ends meet. I'm like, fuck that. Right. Turn it up. I got a gift, shit. Right. So let's talk about that a little bit, man. Let's talk about that a little bit. Give us a little bit about who is Lil Shady. You know, how'd you come up, man? And what was you doing before this rap shit hit you, man? Shit, first of all, I was born in 82. You know what I'm saying? I'm an 80s baby. Applause. I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest of my mama's 3. I'm the oldest of my daddy's 4. You know what I'm saying? Word. So, Pops is definitely a legend. Definitely a legend. Vinny Love, shit. Salute to Pops for sure, man. Definitely a legend. I didn't realize how many people knew and loved him until he died. You know what I'm saying? I mean, when he was alive, it was like, okay, that's my dad. Shit, right. Yeah, it's regular. Anybody know my dad? My dad, he speaks his mind. He don't give a fuck. He funny as fuck. Yes. And he work his ass off. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the only men that I've seen that can go to work a 12, 16-hour shift and come home and still be ready to work. He'd be pissed if he get off work and it's starting to get dark and he didn't get a chance to go cut grass.
Yeah.
Or work on somebody's car or some shit.
Yeah.
Like he'd be pissed.
Right.
You making $20-something an hour.
You don't have to even do it.
You done worked all these hours today and you mad because you can't keep going. But man. I mean, I love that about him.
Right. I can see how that rubbed off in you, man, in your career, man, where you going. You know what I mean? And then I see how it's even trickling down into your son. You know what I mean? Carrying that tradition on, man, of being a hard worker, staying focused on what you got going. You know. But yeah, continue, man. Continue.
Man, but yeah, man. As far as me, my childhood and shit, man, I had a beautiful child. I can't even complain about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of motherfuckers, they might come get interviewed and I had a rough childhood. I grew up in the hood.
Make it worse than it is. Yeah, right.
Making the shit seem worse than what it is. And man, I had a beautiful childhood. I had both my parents in my life.
Salute.
They split up. I mean, shit.
You have that,
but Dad still did his thing. Mom still did her thing. I mean, we had our moments. We struggled like everybody else. Everybody struggled.
Right.
Shit, but my mama, my mama taught me what it really was to grind when you ain't got shit and making something out of nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's that woman, she the first woman that really taught me, like, as a man, it's okay to cry.
Right.
It's okay to cry. It's okay to show your emotional side.
Mm-hmm.
Because you hold that shit in, you're gonna be flipped out and killed 50 fucking people and wake up in jail the next day and be like, damn, what I do?
Right. Get it out you and move forward.
She said it's okay to be a man, stand tall as a man. Mm-hmm. Shit, you make kids, you take care of them kids.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Dad, Dad was more on the shit tough side. Nigga, don't show no emotion. Nigga, fuck that shit.
Cut that off.
Somebody fuck with you, better beat that motherfucking ass. Shit. Ain't no walking away, ain't no running. You come home and you say you ran from my ass whooping. I'm gonna beat your ass, and then you going back to the motherfucker who you ran from, and then you gonna fight it. Right. And if you lose, I'm gonna beat your ass again when you get home.
That part. Hey, for real, man. Shout out to Pops, man. Definitely, man. So was you into any athletics, or how was you getting down? I mean, what was your hobbies? What were you interested in?
I've been in athletics since I was 4 years old. You know what I'm saying? I played pee-wee baseball, football. I mean, I tried basketball, but that's too much goddamn running up and down the damn court.
Yeah, basketball ended up being just for fun for me. You know what I mean? Made the team a couple times.
When I'm having fun and just shooting around with a couple of my friends.
I mean, yeah. This
all that running back and forth and this, that, man. I'm like, shit. Rebecca Williams used to kill me.
Yeah, yo. Shout out to Rebecca Williams.
Shout out to Rebecca Williams.
It made and break a lot of people out on that court.
Yeah. I was saying some of the greatest basketball players ever.
Wow.
Go right and play at Rebecca Williams.
That's the fact, man. That's a fact
Boom,
right there.
Drew, Squeezy.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
Shout out
Turtle.
to Nate, Turtle,
oh my God. Nate
even when they used to have like the adult nights.
The adult nights.
Like Jazz. You know what I mean? See Big Jazz be in the building. Art Bell be in the building.
Them was the fucking
Kippy.
days. And
rest in peace to Kippy, man. Another legend.
R.I.P. Kippy.
Yeah,
I just seen him right before he passed.
He used to be up at Rebecca Williams going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But no, you're right though, man. That was going to Rebecca Williams. That's kind of what it was for me too, because I could play, I could get on the team, do my thing, but I wasn't like them, man. You know?
I wasn't like them.
Yeah, Drew pull up from
past half court and drain a damn three.
Yeah, they come back, do it again. After you thought it was impossible. Like, wait, that was a fluke. Do it again. Like, wait a minute. Man.
My! And he did it so effortlessly.
Drew, man.
He just would just throw the damn ball up and it go in.
Yeah, switch. Like, all right. Dude.
And then Squeezy, like that nigga, he dribble your goddamn head off. Like, shit.
Man, it's like
Marbury. He get done dribbling around you, shit. You be like, man, I don't even want to guard this nigga. Like, somebody come
pass
get this
it off
nigga.
to somebody. So crazy.
And then Coon, man, that nigga, he could pull up and hit a three, or he could just drive to the lane and, man.
It's like, I was like,
I had so much fun watching them growing up.
Me
you know
too.
What I'm saying? I ain't want to play basketball, but I enjoyed watching them.
yeah. So what, baseball was more your thing? What, football?
Baseball, for the most part, the early part of my childhood, baseball was my main thing. I had a dream of going to the major league.
Yeah.
Playing baseball. But then once I got introduced to football, I'm like, man, fuck this baseball shit. Because, I mean, shit, you sit on TV and watch baseball, that shit is boring.
Right, no, it is.
It's boring.
It's tough to watch.
Fuck.
It's a tough watch.
Boring as just like golf is boring as fuck.
That's another tough watch. Yeah.
But man, I got into football and motherfucker, I'm seeing motherfuckers getting hit, helmets flying off, mouthpieces coming out. That shit excited me. And I'm like, even though I ain't no hitter like that, it's like I want to be
like
involved
the action.
in this shit.
So
yeah, the first team I played for was the Little Eagles.
Oh man, shout out to Little Eagles, man. That was my first squad too, man. Definitely shout out to Lincoln Park, man.
I was on the middle team.
And
Ryan Benson was our quarterback.
R.I.P. man.
R.I.P. to Ryan, man.
Another legend.
That was one of the best quarterbacks I done seen. If he
beast.
would have been alive, man, ain't no telling where he could have went.
For real.
But man, I ain't never seen a quarterback that was a quarterback that will run your motherfucking ass over and will hit you like he a fucking linebacker, but he carrying the ball though. I ain't gonna lie. The first time I hit him, I'm like, fuck that shit. I ain't hit this nigga again.
He's supposed to be the quarterback.
You look at him, he's skinny as hell. He's a little pretty nigga.
Right.
Man, that nigga did that little bootleg and shit that came around the corner. And I'm like, yeah, I'm about to light your ass up. And that nigga ran my ass over.
Collision. It's a collision.
Man.
Yeah, man.
Somebody fucked up on the play. The coach like, run the same play again. I said, shit. I ain't about to hit this nigga again. No.
Twice? No.
Fuck that. But that was my first team that I played with. Yeah. And then, I went to the Browns the next year. And
shout out to the Browns too.
Shout out to the Browns, man. I gained so many friends fucking with the Browns. Friendships that I still had to this day. I love every last one of them. We was it wasn't just a football team there. Like it was a family. Huh? It was a family because I say family because shit, the cheerleaders was even like family.
Right, yeah. Knew her too. She was
man, we had one of the craziest episodes up in Youngstown playing the Penguins, and we only won 6-0.
Man, what happened?
Sheldon Walker. This nigga, he was our quarterback at the time.
Yeah.
He scored a touchdown. It's the fourth quarter. It's like 30-something seconds left.
Yeah.
It's 0-0.
The whole game.
0-0 the whole game. The play got fucked up. Him and the center fucked the fucking the snap up.
Yeah.
He grabbed the ball and just take off running around the corner. I'm the tailback.
Busted play.
I'm supposed to get the ball, so I'm pissed because the play got fucked up at the line of scrimmage. So I'm jumping up and down, pissed. Yeah. But then next thing you know, I see this nigga take off around the corner and just
play still live.
This play's still live. I'm looking at the sideline. My dad like, go! Right. So I'm running down the field trying to find somebody to block and shit.
Right, yeah. Who I get out the way.
Long story short, this nigga high stepping into the end zone as the clock expired.
Oh,
we won the game.
Oh, wow.
As we doing the
little they ain't like that shit.
Shake hands,
they ain't like that shit, huh?
Somebody seen him like, there you go right there. Stole on him.
Oh,
no. Next thing you know, fucking the bleachers clear. Everybody on the field fighting.
Parents,
the cheerleaders
everybody.
Fighting. January knocked a couple bitches out. Shout out to January. January Williamson.
Shout out to January. Legend. Another legend.
There watching Felicia Clark. Yeah, she was there too.
This Clark, another legend.
LaShawn Davis was there. Oh man, Azuri, she was there.
Yeah,
man, it was so many cheerleaders fighting. It was, and I'm sitting there,
pandemonium, whatever they call it.
It's crazy because as the shit happening, I'm walking in slow motion. I'm just walking. It seemed like everything happened in slow motion. I'm just walking around looking. A bitch getting through this way. A coach getting stole on another coach. Football players fighting, swinging helmets and shit. I'm just walking through all this shit. It seemed like it was in slow motion.
Damn.
And I'm like, wow. But once
everything in the midst of the chaos, you just
once everything got done, I seen some bloody cheerleaders from the Youngstown side. I'm seeing January, she trying to gather up all the cheerleaders after she done just whooped some ass.
The two back together. Like, all right,
so I'm like, the little Browns, that was like a family to me.
Right.
Like, we was all family. Southwest Park was our spot.
Southwest
That's
Park,
where we
shout
practiced
out Southwest
that
Park.
shit. We had a little couple barbecues there. I mean, shit. The coaches was the shit. RIP to Coach Perry.
Yes,
Coach Blakely. Coach Smitty. Oh man, them some of the dopest coaches for real.
Yeah, but, man. So what, you was a tailback?
I was a tailback.
Oh man, so you had speed and
I didn't like being a tailback because I didn't like getting hit like that.
I mean, because as a tailback, you're getting the ball a lot.
I'm getting the ball
a lot of shots.
I'm getting a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And once they gave me an opportunity to play quarterback, I went to quarterback. Sheldon got hurt in practice, so they needed somebody to step in at quarterback.
Yeah.
So I stepped in, took a couple snaps, and threw the ball. Next thing you know, the coach like, "Hey, Get on in there.
Oh, wow.
Get on in there.
So naturally, you had it, yeah.
And for the next 2 years, I was the quarterback.
Really?
I got MVP both years.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, you gotta give an applause for that, man.
Yes,
Shout out to that, dude. Came right in and so you adapted to learning the plays and the playbook and all that. You know what I mean?
I knew the plays, but if I felt like the coach called a wrong play,
yeah,
I would go in the huddle and just call my own play.
I
felt like, okay, I know what it takes to win the game.
Pat Mahomes already.
We won the game 3 different times on me just calling my own play instead of the
man. Get out of here, man!
I swear on everything.
Also audible and
hey, if shit.
Call the audible and it worked.
Hey, if my homie Dirk was out right now, Earl Hudson.
Yeah, shout out to Dirk, man. Another legend.
If he was out right now, he'll tell you. We was in Youngstown playing, I think the Braves or the Knights or somebody.
Youngstown Knights, shout out to them, man. They was our rivals.
Man, oh my God.
That was a rivals right there.
I used to hate losing to them so much. I'm like, we gotta beat these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And that year, Dirk was our tailback. He was the biggest nigga on the team.
Yeah.
And he was a tailback.
Looking over everybody back there.
And the coach had so much faith in him, he just kept saying, give Earl the ball. Give Earl the ball. Right sweep, left sweep. I'm like, man, come on, man. There's other players on the team.
Right,
like, shit.
Come on, let's mix it up.
It was zeros. Once again, it was on some 0-0 shit.
Yeah.
And man, he called a play for Dirk to get the ball. And I'm in my feelings. I'm like, I'm the damn starting quarterback, this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
I got all my people out here to come see me play. And I'm keep giving him the ball the whole game.
A little shine. At least let me pass a few. Something.
Man, I told the tight end and the fullback, I said, hey, y'all just run out. Just run down the damn field. I'm gonna throw it to one of y'all.
Right.
Yeah.
2 streaks.
Dirk looking at me. Dirk looking at me like, what was the play? I said, this is the play right here. He
expected to get the ball.
He
like,
expected to get the
Left
ball.
or right.
So he like, what was the play? What did they tell you the play was? I'm like, hey, this is the play right here.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what the play is.
Yeah.
They gonna run down the field. You gonna block for me. And he still was confused, like when we walking out.
Like, wait, I don't get the ball on this one.
He like, I don't get this shit.
Right.
I don't get what the fuck the play is.
Right.
So when I snapped the ball, shit, I took like a 5-step drop and I just took off straight up the middle.
The keeper.
I ain't even give my blockers. I ain't give my blockers a chance. I ain't even give my blockers a chance to even start blocking for me.
Left him.
5-step back. I seen a hole that was open, and I was like, I'm gone.
Right.
That don't last long. I ain't even get him a chance to block for me. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gone. I see that end zone right there through this hole.
Right.
And I just skirted, took off. We won the game 6-0.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
One of my football stories from the Browns.
Calls the audible, turns it to a keeper, man. Takes it to the house, man.
Take it to the house, won the game. Won the game, 6-0.
So did you continue it? Did you continue the sports into junior high, into high school?
Junior high school, yeah. Reserve. 9th grade year, I started at outside linebacker. That year, I was the 3rd string tailback. I don't understand why.
Mm-hmm. Who did you play for? Arnold?
Coach Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Arnold. Coach, shit, I don't even know who the fuck else was up. Coach Jones, Jake Jones.
Redmond. Was Redmond around?
Coach Redmond
had been around. Was
he coached the 8th graders.
8th, that's right. I was confused. Yep. Yeah. 9th is when you switched over.
Yep. I started outside linebacker there. We had a little 8-0 season, get to the championship game and lose. They took me out. Put another motherfucking linebacker there that was bigger than me. He was bigger than me.
Yeah.
We was playing Cardinal Mooney. You know them some big motherfuckers.
Right. So they figured put a bigger body out there.
Tailbacks look like linemen.
Yeah, right. No, that's real.
So, and they run that power smash mouth football shit. So shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
They looking at me like I'm small. I'm fast, but I'm small.
Mm-hmm.
So they like, all right, no, we need a bigger dude in.
Yeah.
They took me out, put him in. A fucking quarterback ran a keeper.
He gets punished, right? Took
it to the house. I'm sitting on the sideline just shaking my head.
Right.
We lost 8-0 championship.
After 8-0 season.
After an 8-0 season.
Yeah.
And everybody blamed Coach Arnold because he the one who chose to take me out and put the backup.
Switch it up. yeah. Back game. That happens a lot.
Then Coach Arnold was mad at me because I wasn't crying and upset like everybody else was.
Because you knew what it was.
We on the bus ride home.
That wouldn't happen if I was
everybody crying and shit. I'm just shit. I'm like, shit, I'm listening to my Walkman. Like, shit, I'm about to go see my girlfriend when I get off the bus. Shit, fuck this shit. Y'all
I'm
ain't
over
wanna put
this.
me in?
Right, I'm over it.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I start really fucking with the rap shit.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you, man. So did that start your conversion over into
the beginning of my 9th grade year when we was doing 2-days and shit?
Mm-hmm.
It was 1996. My cousin Timmy Kaysen.
Yeah, shout out to Tim Kaysen, man.
Yeah. We was on the same football team. We used to ride our bikes to practice. We didn't like ride together, but we would meet there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I stayed in the 898. He stayed on the north.
Mm-hmm.
But one day he like, shit, you might as well just stay the night at my house and just ride to practice with me every day.
Mm.
And I knew he had a karaoke machine. He had a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
And he had let me hear a tape that he did. They were just fucking around on it though.
Right.
But the shit, it amazed me how your voice sound over a beat.
Yeah.
And
to hear
like,
yourself
wow.
over something
so
that you heard
when
before.
he suggested that I stay the night at his house and just go to practice, I'm like, shit, fuck practice. Like, I want to fuck with that karaoke machine.
Right. Hell yeah.
So when we get over there, that's the day that I met J5. I heard about J5. I didn't know who he was.
Right.
I just knew that he was a part of EOZ.
Exactly. Shout out to EOZ.
Shout out to J5, Mark.
Yeah, man.
Boomzilla. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But anyway.
So 5's over there when you get there.
5 is over there. When I get over there on my bike, J5 there, a couple of my other homies, they were from New Orleans, but they were just there for the summer.
Oh, okay,
They in the driveway playing basketball. You know, Timmy, he had a basketball hoop in the driveway, so
right.
They playing basketball, but he had a karaoke machine on the front porch.
Yeah. Oh, you man, look. If you happen to be the person that had the fucking basketball hoop in the driveway, you had the whole area over there.
You had the whole fucking
we at your house.
Your goddamn house.
Roderick's.
Because
if you had the hoop, we at your house. Yeah. If you were the person with the hoop, we over there. You're the one that's gonna have the neighborhood over at your house all the time. You know?
See that trend.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, but anyway, it was a couple other people over there, but I wasn't really familiar with them like that. But they playing basketball in the driveway, and then the karaoke machine is on the porch. I see J5 fucking with the karaoke machine, you know,
because he's already in the game.
Yeah, he already fucking with it. Yes,
he got music out.
Yeah, so I'm just shooting around, shooting hoops and shit.
Mm-hmm.
He over there, he had a whole thing of fucking tapes. And I asked Timmy, like, what the fuck you doing with all these tapes? He like, them all instrumentals, them beats. Like, he really do this shit. Like, he rap. Like, you gotta hear him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, y'all trying to do something or what?
Right.
I didn't want to jump on the mic. I honestly did. I just wanted to listen.
To see it. Yeah. You wanted to see it
the shit happen.
Right.
So he like, shit, J5 probably about to do something. That's why he over there fucking with the karaoke machine. And he put a blank tape in on one side, put the regular tape in on the other side, hit record, hit play on the other.
Yeah, right.
And he told everybody to be quiet. Because, you know, we outside, you know, it's cars going by and all that shit, and we out there bouncing the ball.
So he's about to record something.
He's about to record. So I wanted to sit back, so I'm telling everybody, be quiet, you know? Yeah. And he put the fucking beat on and he just killed it. And it amazed me, like a nigga that lyrical right there in my face, and I'm sitting there watching him kill this shit. And J5, 16 at the time?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this nigga dope.
Yeah, like he's a rapper. He's a rapper.
My cousin Timmy, like, man, he do this shit all day long.
I told you.
Every day long. Every day he do this shit.
Right.
And a couple hours went by, and next thing you know, they like, shit, Shady, jump on something.
Oh, shit.
I'm like, I don't really.
So what they after that they playing more beats and he going through the tapes and everything.
And at first I was like, no, I ain't on it. I ain't know. I just want to watch y'all.
Right. I'm interested.
You know I'm interested, but I ain't never rapped before. I don't know shit about rapping. I just want to watch y'all do it. This shit exciting to me.
Right.
And they like, no, you jump on the song. I'm like, no, I ain't doing that. J5 put on a crisscross beat. To Live and Die for Hip Hop. This was when it was 96. This was when Chris Kelly, the dark skinned member, had a bald head.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It was a song that had the Brat in it. And Jermaine Dupri. The song was dope as fuck. I liked it. But anyway, he put that instrumental on, and the name of the song was called North Side Till We Die.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I'm not from the North Side.
Okay.
I'm just over there for the moment.
Right.
For
But
the
yeah,
summer.
you plugged in. Yeah. Right.
So I'm watching J5 started the song off. He murdered it. I mean, as expected.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, they like doing the hook. Because you know when you fucking with a karaoke machine, you can't fuck up.
No, you can't. This is one
if
take.
you fuck up, you got to start the whole song back over.
Yeah, just one take.
So J5 do his verse. They singing the hook together, him and Timmy Cason. They singing the hook together. Next thing you know, Timmy Cason passed me the mic right before the next verse is supposed to start. He like, go. And I'm like, man, what the fuck? So I grabbed the mic and I just start spitting the first thing that came to my mind.
Yeah.
Nigga, that's how we do. We in the game like EA Sports. Knock your ass on out. Some shit I said.
Oh man, yeah. You came in. He came out hot.
And even though I spit like a good 5 to 6 bars before I fucked up.
Right.
But when I fucked up and they stopped it, everybody was like, oh.
So they wasn't even
like,
mad.
Keep that. They like, hey.
Wait.
They like, keep that. They wanted to start the whole song over. They like, fuck it. We're going to run it back from the top. And keep what you just said and say it again and finish out.
Yeah.
And we did it like another 2 or 3 more times and I finally got it. And that song was finished. North Side Till We Die.
Wow, that's the first joint, man. Wow, man. So how'd you feel, man? Give us that feeling at that moment, man.
I felt a sense of accomplishment. I was so hyped. I'm just jumping up and down. I called my dad. I remember I called my dad. I'm like, Dad, I just did a song.
Yeah.
He like, well, did you get some money?
That's parents for you. That's parents for you right there. Are you getting paid yet?
He said, did you get some money? I'm like, no. But I'm like, we just did this song outside on the karaoke machine and it's dope.
And I got J5 on it.
I'm like, yeah. I said, I got my dude J5. He's like, who the fuck is J5? I'm like, that's my dude. I just met him.
He's a celebrity, low key. You know what I'm saying? Dad don't know.
I like, you bought his tape for me when it came out from EOZ.
Yeah. Like he out here already.
So yeah, J5, he was good at the karaoke machine and the tapes and shit. So he made everybody copies of the song. And when I did get back around my dad and let him hear it, he actually liked it. He was like, wow, kind of talented.
Man, so he's seen it. He's even seen it.
Man,
shout out to J5, man. Shout out to J5, man. You know what I mean? For
J5, the one who got me
pioneer
out of my little shell and was like, yeah, nigga, this is how you write 16s. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. J5 told me everything.
So he didn't come into it egotistical, like I'm already doing it. I'm a rapper already. You know what I mean? He didn't come in it like that. He came in open arms.
If anybody know J5 got a certain type of confidence about himself.
Definitely.
And he
well deserved.
Yeah, well deserved. Very well deserved. Because he don't call himself J5 the illest for nothing.
Right.
He feel like he the illest nigga rapping and can't nobody fuck with him. But at the same time, on a personal level, like me and J5 would sit on the phone for hours.
Humble.
And like I said, he would teach me everything he knew about rapping.
Yeah.
And even though J5 was a big East Coast fan, I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? But he would just like refer certain beats to me, like write some of this, write some of that. And that's when DMX was just coming out.
Yeah.
And he was crazy about DMX. DMX and Jadakiss.
Yeah.
So he would like give me some of their instrumentals and like write to this, but I couldn't write to it because I was a Tupac head.
Right. Yeah. So the stuff you envisioning.
Tupac was my favorite rapper, and then Master P and all that No Limit shit.
Yeah.
Them niggas, man, I bought every fucking No Limit tape there was.
That's how I was gonna ask you, man.
That I ain't even know. I'm like, who the fuck is this artist? Say No Limit on it, so I'm buying it.
Yeah, man. And they, it was for a while too. They was probably putting out at least an album a month, right?
Every month.
No Limit had somebody coming out every month.
They had somebody every month.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, if I had it like that. Man,
so you had what, a lot of Southern influences?
It was, Tupac was my main influence on everything for his rap.
Yeah, shout out to Pac for sure.
The No Limit shit was just something I want to do when I want to bounce around and have some energy, or if I want to see some bitches shake their ass, something that's the type of shit I put on.
Yeah.
That and 3 6 Mafia.
Right. And you know what? But I noticed also when we go into your music and we listen to your catalog, you got a mixture of both. You know what I mean? So I can see the Tupac and I can see the Master P, because I can see when you get serious, you know what I mean? And you putting the shit down, and I can see when you like, all right, look, I'm kicking it now. Let's kick it. Money shit, flex. You know what I'm saying? It's like you see flexing, you see money shit in certain records.
Over the years, I had to learn you got to be versatile. When I first really like start jumping in the studio and recording, I rapped about females a lot because I mean I was like 18, 19 at the time, so I was running through a lot of females.
Right.
So I mean, me when motherfuckers told me to find myself as a rapper and find you a style and stick with it and make it better than what it is, like I always wanted to be honest about everything I rapped about.
Definitely.
I ain't want to rap about shit that I don't do.
Right.
I ain't about to sit here and be like, yeah, nigga, I got 6 dope houses. I done killed 3 niggas a day. I done had orgies with 10 bitches in my room. I ain't did none of that shit.
Into that fantasy, in that fantasy world.
I ain't about to do that. A lot of rappers do that shit because they know that's what their audience want to hear. But if you ain't really living that, somebody gonna call you out sooner or later from your hood.
Especially if your career don't catch up to your lyrics.
Exactly.
Because they say like Drake said about being rich and being all that, but he got rich, so it was cool. And now you can say it because you ended up getting rich, so that's cool. But if you don't, you might not necessarily want to go too far with it. No, that's real.
I wanted to just rap about shit that I was living and actually going through. So a lot of my earlier songs, when I first started really like jumping in the studio and shit, I was rapping about females.
Right. That's what you was experiencing at the time. Plus, I mean, on some real shit, to keep it real, that's where the money's really at.
Yeah, because I listened to something that Tupac said. The nigga said, rap for the bitches. The bitches is gonna buy your shit, and the niggas is gonna buy what the bitches buy.
Right.
Because they want to satisfy the bitches.
Exactly.
And once I seen that on the documentary, I was like, okay, that's what made me change up my shit. I didn't just have to rap about fucking a female. Now I can uplift the female like he did on Keep Your Head Up. Then I can do songs praising my mom for everything she's done for me throughout my life, like he did on Dear Mama.
Exactly.
So I'm like, Tupac was my favorite inspiration when it came to music. But like I said, when I want to get on that freak nasty shit, I played a lot of No Limit shit.
Right.
And then when Cash Money came along, I was bumping them too, but Tupac was overall that. You know what I'm saying? So
not necessarily East Coast vibe, more West Coast, Southern. You don't need the beats, bumping 808s, and you know what I'm saying? The pitch benders. You know what I mean? That was just the vibe of it.
That was the shit. Like, man, my dad's house used to be rocking because he had some fucking, some big ass house.
Some monsters.
Like 2 15s in one speaker, 2 15s in the other one. Then he had another one like in the middle. And the subwoofer or whatever. When he was at work, man, I had the whole Milton Street just bumping.
Couldn't wait for Pops to go to work.
I couldn't wait for him to go to work. And of course, you know, we all in the house all day by ourselves and shit. We ain't doing no goddamn chores until 30 minutes before he get ready to come home. Fact. So shit, we pretty much kicking it all day. And my thing was playing music. I all Tupac, all No Limit. That was it. Yeah. Then, you know, when Tupac died and Scarface started coming in, because when he like one of the first ones who did a song for Tupac when he died. So that's when I started fucking with not Tupac, but Scarface.
So when that Smile and stuff came out?
Yeah,
okay.
And my dad was a big Ghetto Boys fan, so he bought everything they did. But I didn't start listening to Scarface till after Tupac died.
You was hip to him, but it was
I was hip to him. He was all right, but once Tupac died and I really tapped into his solo shit, I'm like, this dude is really dope.
Like, I see why Pac fucked with him.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm like, Scarface is dope as fuck.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Face, man. For real, and much health through Scarface too, man. He been going through a lot of shit, so shout out to Face, man.
Get better.
Definitely, man, definitely. So look, man, you do the song with 5, man. You dropped this first joint. Where do we go from there, man? So now you feeling like, okay, look, I want to do this rap shit now, or you like, I'm still playing sports. I still want to. Where you at with it?
We were still playing sports. We wrote a lot of our songs on the phone because we didn't have time after football practice to link up and all this. So back then, house phones were still popping.
Right. Listen up, youngins. Listen up, youngins.
J5 had 3-way. So he would call Chill. And then they would call
Shout
me.
out to Chill, man. Wow.
They would call me on 3-way.
Wow.
J5 would spit a verse, and he'll play the beat in the background, and he'll spit his verse. Then I'll spit him what I got, and then whoever else on the song or whoever else on the phone, they spitting what they got. And then I'm like, okay, I got 6 more bars to write. I'll call you back. Call me back in 20 minutes. I had my 6 bars done, and then we can do this shit all over again. And J5 would call. He was on it. He called right back with everybody on the phone, and he'll play the beat in the background, and everybody spit their verses over the phone.
Man,
we did that
dope.
shit for hours and hours and hours. And then when we finally got a chance to get together and get on that karaoke machine, we was just knocking out. Man, me, him, and Timmy knocked out. We did like a whole mixtape in a day. We went to J5's garage.
Y'all talk about doing that shit now, youngins. Oh yeah, I did my album in 2 days, whatever.
Yeah.
His brother's doing this.
We did this shit in a fucking day on the karaoke machine. And a lot of our verses was freestyle. But if you listen to them, you wouldn't even think we was freestyling.
Yeah.
You would think everything was wrote. J5 was the writer, so he had verses on deck.
Yeah, right.
But as time went on and we did more and more songs, J5 influenced me and Timmy in a certain way to where when we start freestyling, we start sounding like the shit that he was writing.
Right, yeah.
So even though he was writing, he had his shit, we just freestyling. We all, the whole song sounded like a J5 song.
Right. He set the bar.
Yeah.
So, right.
We didn't heard him for so long, it's like his style was embedded in our heads. So when we freestyling, we spitting shit that he was spitting. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Coming
and the
off
song
fire.
Came out dope. You know
right.
what I'm saying? J5 motivated us to want to, spit how he spit.
Cause now all y'all sound like y'all been doing it.
Yeah, we all sound like we been doing it. And then after that, we went from just doing karaoke songs in the garage to getting in these talent shows. Once we got up to Harding.
Yeah.
Shit, once we got to Harding, it was me and Timmy's 10th grade year. It was J5's senior year. And Harding had talent shows.
Right.
And the last talent show that I remember being in Harding was when the Underworld went.
Man, shout out to the Underworld.
Cardi B was
shout
there.
Shout out to the Underworld. Vista, Tax City, Doja.
I think Iceman was locked up at the time. It was a couple other people on stage with him that I wasn't familiar with at the time, but I know that them was the main ones.
The core members was there.
The core members was there. And I remember sitting there watching them like, man, I'm going to do this one.
Famous. They were
like
they
was
famous.
The local celebrities.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh my God, the Underworld is here at Harding, at the talent show.
Exactly.
I'm like, wow.
Yeah,
and then just to think a couple of years later, I'm in the studio with him.
Man, affiliate day. We're going to get to that. We definitely going to get to that because that's inevitable. I feel like, man, because we seeing your work ethic. We seeing you being focused through everything, always defeating the odds, man. You know what I mean? And staying on your game through anything, man. You know what I mean? So I feel like it was inevitable for the people that was doing it to tap right in with you. J5 tapped right in with you. Underworld, you know what I mean? So through these mixtapes and through the music with Five, you know what I'm saying? You end up tapping in with the Underworld. And now is that through J5 and through the progression through that? Or how'd that come from?
I met the Underworld through J5. Moan.
Shout out to Moan.
He's part of the Underworld, the producer / rapper. You know, he really don't like to rap no more.
Incognito.
He still be knocking them beats out. Like
Two Eyes.
Yeah.
The Two Eyes. Oh man.
He lived a street over from J5.
Right.
So one day J5 like, man, hey, we ain't gotta keep rapping to other people's instrumentals. He said, I know the dude from the Underworld who be making their beats. And I'm like, oh shit, for real?
Right.
Oh my God. I'm like, where he at? He's like, he live on the next street. I'm like, he like, man, he got a fucking studio in the garage. And I'm like, a garage? Now that kind of fucked me up. Really? When he said garage, I'm like, I'm thinking like a fucking garage. A dirty ass garage.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute, man.
I don't want to be. I'm like, they make music out of that? He like, no, you just gotta go over there and see it.
Yeah.
So one day, I actually skipped football practice. I got out of school, supposed to go to practice. I'm like, fuck that. I want to go see what the studio look like.
Yeah, facts. I need to go to the lab.
Me and J5 went over there, and I walk in, and at the time, I remember all Moan had was a house speaker in there. He had a fucking tape deck, like a 2 tape.
Yeah, a dual cassette.
A dual cassette, yeah.
Right.
He had that. He had a keyboard, and he had a zip drive.
Y'all hear that, young and zip drive? Come on now.
They
You
don't
know,
know
y'all,
shit about no
that's
zip
what I'm
drive.
saying now. We taking it to
They don't
the
know shit about
soil.
the zip drive.
We in the soil right now, fam. I'm
Man,
telling
Mom
y'all.
had a zip drive.
Yeah.
And this fucking old ass looking house speaker. But I swear, once he hit play on that fucking keyboard, I was just like, oh my God, my life changed when I heard the first beat that Moan played.
So it was like not something somebody already made, nothing you've ever heard before. He just hits play and you're like, wait a minute, this is, yeah, I can do whatever I want to this.
Right here from my city, he's making beats like.
And he's with the underworld, so you're already like, damn, I'm in the same spot they do their shit.
I'm like, oh my God, I'm right here. I felt so accomplished. I'm like, man, I couldn't wait to go home and tell my dad again. Like, I met a producer, a real producer.
Right.
But yeah, that day we left that studio, he gave us like, I think it was like 3 beats on not CD. We, like I said, he had to tape that.
Listen up, youngins. Yeah.
He had to tape that.
Uh-huh.
So he gave us 3 beats, and we went back to the drawing board, to the karaoke machine.
Yeah.
And we was serious about these beats.
Right, because now these are yours.
These are our beats.
We can do what we want with these ones.
God damn.
These
see my phone.
You can grab it, brother. You can grab it.
But yeah, shit.
We're not live. I'll edit. I edit.
Oh yeah, you do edit. Okay, I'm good. Fucking.
Yeah, I edited. We all good, brother.
Bob calling. But anyway,
so these are y'all beats. This is for whatever y'all want to do to these. You know what I mean? So
these are our beats.
We
were serious about the beats. We like, man, hey, these ain't like these other people's beats that we just be freestyling over. That's when J5 got like serious with me and Timmy and was like, hey, y'all need to start writing. He said the songs would sound so much better if y'all wrote and knew exactly what y'all was gonna say. So that way, when we get our chance to get in the studio with these cats, you know, they can see that shit. We serious. Like,
yeah, right.
So we start writing.
So he's saying there's potential to be in there with the underworld. But he's like, look, but for us to do that, let's all lock in, actually write the songs from here on out.
A little bit more serious about what we doing.
Keep the content together.
We was already coming up with hot songs, like on a freestyle level, but that was just some play around.
Yeah, let's really stay on subject and get some topics.
Yeah, because like now it's like, shit, we got a chance to link up with shit.
You in.
A rap group from our city that's actually doing their shit.
Right.
So, I mean,
yeah, so
when I first started writing, I had problems with it because I mean I didn't have shit to rap about.
Right.
I'm sitting here, I'm playing this beat, I'm feeling the beat, but I'm like, I ain't got shit to rap about. I don't know what the fuck to rap about. So I would always call J5 like, what you got to it? And then I would hear something. Let me hear something.
Right.
And then I'll go off of what you rapping about.
Yeah, give me a topic.
So that way, you give me a little kickstart.
Yeah.
But after a while, that shit kind of like, I'm like, okay, this is his verse. He's spitting what he got. Like, I can't like mimic what he doing.
Right,
I gotta be myself and shit, do my own
how
shit.
I feel, what I'm doing. Right, yeah.
So I mean, eventually, like I had to really understand that writing poems is a lot like writing raps. At the time, I was in a relationship with my girl at the time. And I used to write her a lot of poems and shit. Yeah. And shit, the poems were some nice ass poems. They rhymed and everything. Everything was on point. Yeah. And I was having problems. I remember telling J5, like, man, I'm having problems writing. Like, I might just have to stick to the freestyle. Yeah. He was like, well, he said, writing a rap is a lot like writing a poem. And I'm like, well, I write poems. He was like, well, shit. He said, there you go then. He said, there you go. Yeah. He said, a rap is a lot like a poem. He said, you fit it to a beat and stay on tempo with the beat. And once he came, just give it some rhythm and showed me how to do that. Yeah, he read one of my poems. And he picked a beat that it would match up with, and he just spit my poem. And I'm like, oh, shout out to J5, man. Right. Yeah, because he showed you, like, look, you got it. Let me show you that you got it. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, he showed me what 16 bars was. And he showed me how to count my bars. So, I mean, let's chop up the poem and make it a song. Man, once J5 taught me that, it was, I've been on it. Yeah, never look back, man. Once I learned what 16 bars was, and once I learned what ad-libs and all that shit was, I'm like, oh, shit, I'm good from here. Yeah. I'm good. So when do we take it from recording the records on the karaoke? When does Shady actually get in the booth, in the studio with the headphones on? Give us that experience. This This was my 11th grade year.
Mm-hmm.
It was a school night. It's like 7:30 at night. J5 called me. He like, hey, I'm about to come get you.
Yeah.
He said, the underworld is in the studio right now. They dropping songs. He said, the last time you was here, you seen the equipment Moan had. He said, Moan got all brand new shit. He said, he got a booth built in here, everything. He said, they dropping songs right now.
Oh, man.
Timmy in the background like, ask your dad, can you come?
So Timmy know the energy, like, look, tell him, yeah, go ask Pops.
And shit, I ain't gonna lie, my dad was kind of strict on shit like that. You know,
it's a school night, so in the back of your mind, what do you think? You like this? Yes. What do you think?
I'm like,
man?
I ain't gonna be able to make it.
Right.
Timmy called my dad personally and asked my dad, like, can he please come? We got a chance to drop a song.
Yo, shout out to Tim Cases, man. Shout out to Tim. He's like, look, I gotta get the dad personally. Give me dad's line.
Yeah.
Shoot me dad's line right now. All right, look, get him on the phone. Yeah, I need to talk to this man.
My dad.
Yeah.
You know, my dad called my name. He called me in his room.
So wait, so you already thinking like, all right, I already told him I ain't going.
I told them I couldn't make it.
Okay,
I'm like, my dad ain't gonna let me.
Right, so you already told him like, look, I ain't about to ask him. It's a school night. This is great, but
Timmy called back.
Yeah.
Like,
so you sitting there and what? Dad come walking in, or you say he call your name?
Like I said, Timmy, he got my dad's number.
Yeah.
He called my dad.
Yeah.
I heard my dad's phone ring. I'm sitting in my room, and then he called me in his room. He's sitting there rubbing his belly like, yeah. He like, now, you know, I usually don't do this. He said, but I'm gonna let you go tonight.
Yeah, shout out to Pop.
He said, you see it's 7:30 right now. He said, you better have your ass back in this house by 11 o'clock.
Yeah. So he gave you a nice little window too.
He gave me a nice little window.
Going to the studio, so it's gonna take a couple hours.
So I'm geek.
Cause he ain't hit you with no 9:30,
he said 11.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. And his girlfriend lived right across the street, so he would go over there.
If he need to, he could say he over there.
Yeah.
Right.
So he let me go. So I'm geek.
Yeah, how you feeling? Right after,
I get in the studio with them. This is the first time.
So what, you call 5 like, come get me?
I said, come get me right now. He said I can go. He said, I'm picking up Timmy right now. He said, we on our way. I said, bet. So shit, he got there like 10, 15 minutes later.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, he right there on the spot. J5 was a speed demon.
Yeah.
Speed demon. He was there. We get in the studio with them. This is my first time beating Contact, Doja, Chaos.
Yeah, so give us that. You walk in.
I walk in, I don't know none of these niggas. I'm just walking in like shit. I know Moan because I met him before.
Right, so you see Moan, do you see all the new equipment?
I seen all the new, it was like.
So how's that hit you?
That was really when I felt like I made it. I'm in a fucking real studio. This ain't no karaoke machine.
Like this ain't what I seen last time either. Even what I saw last time, that ain't even what this is. The dual cassette with the.
Because when you go in, he had the lights dark. So all you seen was the lights blinking from all the machines and shit.
Oh, so you see the modules.
So I'm like, man, and then like all you see is smoke. I mean, man, there's so many blunts going around. Moan, he chain smoked cigarettes like a motherfucker. So while he at the board making the beats and shit, he chain smoking cigarette after cigarette. Right. And I'm just seeing all this shit. I'm like, wow, this is what it's really like to be a rapper. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm feeling this shit. And they
don't
in the
even feel
middle.
like the garage no more.
Yeah, it don't feel
from that first impression of we going to the garage from 5
on the outside
to the being in there now. You're like, damn, this
on the outside, all you see is a garage. You walk in, it's like you see a whole nother world.
Like in a record, like a record label with a record label.
Yes.
So are the Underworld recording or?
They was in the middle of doing a song. The song was called Wiped Out. I remember the song and everything.
Yeah.
They was in the middle of doing a song. Contact was in the booth.
Legend. Legend. Contact. Tag City, we need you on the show. Tag City, we need you on the show.
Yes, indeed. Man, this nigga was spitting so crazy. I was like, who the fuck is that?
The Underworld's in the building. You think like the Underworld's
was
here.
like, that's Contact. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, intimidated to meet him because of the way he was rapping.
Right. But see, I respect it because you heard the records. You're like, damn, this group is dope. So now you're in there where they're making it actually happen at, and you're hearing him live. You're like, these dudes really do this.
They really do this shit.
Right. And this is what I want to do.
I was intrigued.
And I'm here. Man. Yeah. So you're hearing Tack in the booth.
They song didn't get done until 11 o'clock. right around the time I'm supposed to be home.
Yeah.
So when they song get done, you know, of course, Moan gotta mix it and make sure it sound right and everything.
Yeah.
Then they want to hear it about 30 times over and over and over again. Right. So that was like another 2 hours. So now it's like 1 a.m.
Oh.
And I'm in there. I didn't call a contact. I'm high as fuck. I wasn't even a smoker then.
Hadn't even smoked anything yet.
It was so much smoke. My eyes was burning. I'm high as fuck off of contact.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, I go to sleep. I'm like, wake me up when it's time for us to do our song.
Right.
We didn't have no beat. We didn't have nothing in mind on what we was gonna do. All I knew is that shit.
They said pull up.
Pull up.
Yeah.
We got a chance to do a song. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I was so high, I fell asleep.
Yeah.
It was 2:30 in the morning when J5 woke me up and was like, you ready? You ready? And I look around, contact Doja, everybody gone. It was just us in there.
So
like,
y'all alone now, yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, now I'm up. I'm refreshed. I'm like, shit, cool.
It's our time.
And then boom, Moan pushed play on the fucking whatever beat he was making, and that beat was, the beat was amazing. And and J5 like, this our beat. This is us.
Oh man.
And Moan looked back and was like, who going first? And I'm like, oh my, that's when
it's
I knew
real.
Shit was real. He looked back and said, who going first? And everybody looking around and J5 like, Shady, go first. And I'm like, damn, you gonna put me on the spot like that? I'm not the rapper. Like, you the rapper, nigga.
Right, yeah, I was expecting, yeah.
But
he had that confidence in you, man.
Like,
y'all been on the phone.
Yeah.
Y'all had been on the phone. Y'all have been putting in that work. So I can see why.
So J5 like, go first.
Yeah.
And I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna just go in here and freestyle. You know, J5 had us on that writing shit, but
right.
Like, this wasn't planned.
Exactly.
So I'm like, shit, this is a new beat. I ain't got no spare
this ain't
verses.
Nothing we worked on, yeah.
So I'm like, shit, what do you think I'm about to do? I'm about to go in here and freestyle some shit like I'm used to doing.
Right.
And I remember my first couple bars to that song. It's on again. Just when you niggas thought it was over, I'm back on the scene kicking shit like Matt Stover.
Yeah.
That was my first 2 bars,
right.
And I fucked up after that. And everybody was like, whoa, hey, keep that. Keep those 2 bars and just keep going from there. And that's when Moan taught me how to punch in. I didn't know nothing about punching in or none of that shit.
Right.
So he like, no, I'm gonna just keep what you got and you just go after that.
And I'll just keep chopping it for you punching it.
It took me a couple times, but after I caught on to it, I'm like, oh, okay, I can just pick up where I left off.
Yeah.
And just go.
Right.
So I'm like, hell yeah. He just rap along with it, and then I'm gonna just punch you in. You ain't even gonna know.
Yeah, that's hard.
Man, I did my little 8-bar verse, and then J5 came in right after that. Then the hook came. And I'm like, man.
Oh shit, a real song coming out now.
The shit, and then when Timmy was like the animated one of our group. He was like a mystical.
Yeah, okay,
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He ain't no telling what's gonna come out his mouth. He say funny shit, goofy shit.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? But it was dope though.
Yeah.
So he just went in there and freestyled his shit, and he killed it. And once the song got done, it's 4 a.m.
Oh, Pops done said 11.
It's 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And Moan mixing everything, he making it sound right to see if we like it or whatever, and letting us hear it. J5 want to keep hearing the song over and over.
Of course, yeah.
Now I'm sitting there thinking like, okay.
Now it's time to bounce.
It's time to bounce now because I know I'm about to get my ass beat when I get to the crib.
I did my job. Let's roll, bro. Yeah.
Like, man, I'm like 6 hours past my time. Like, it's time to go.
Yeah.
But J5 wanted to keep hearing the song over and over. So, I mean, the more Moan kept playing it, the more I started liking the song and the more I was comfortable with the little 8 bars.
What you had said, yeah.
So I'm like, damn, bro, I can just come in here and do some shit like this, man. I can just keep doing this shit. It's like I got addicted right after that, hearing my voice over a dope beat.
Yeah.
Like all the other rappers that I done looked up to over the years. It's like,
a beat you never heard, no one else ever heard, don't belong to no one.
So now I'm like, man, I can do the same shit they doing.
Right.
And I got addicted after that. And long story short, man, I got home. I had to knock on the basement window because my sister was, her room was in the basement at the time. So I had to go knock on the basement window.
Yeah, word. She let you slide in.
Yeah,
she gonna let you in the house.
Slide in. I'm like, man, come open this fucking door. She like, Dad, looking for you. He is looking. He is pissed.
Yeah, right.
But shit.
But hey, sometimes you gotta take them scars, man.
I got in the crib. I got my ass up. I went to school the next day. And shit, yeah.
Right.
You know, I had to deal with him when he got home from work the next day.
Right.
But
it's worth it, man.
He wasn't as mad as I thought he was gonna be, especially when I played the song for him.
Like, look, we actually did
I'm
it.
Like, this is the song. I'm like, I know we was late. I'll say, but this is the song that we did.
Yeah. And right. I had to wait for the Underworld to get theirs done, and I did my thing.
He was cool with that. You could tell he liked the song, but he was pissed because he like, did your battery die on your pager? Because he was paging me and I wasn't answering.
Right. So you ain't really want to say, like, I had so much of a contact, I passed out. All right. The Underworld smoked so much weed.
I didn't want to tell him I was around no weed, no cigarettes, no nothing.
No,
I already know.
Because he might let you go back.
He might not let me go back. So I just had to tell him, like, man, it was a long process. It was longer than what I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I've never been there. I didn't know that they had to do this.
We did this dope song. Like, check this song out.
I do have a finished product for you.
Yeah.
It'd have been different if you'd have came home and didn't have the music, you know?
At first, he didn't want to hear it. He's like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. He like, I told you to be home at a certain time.
Right, of course, yeah, very right.
Rules in his house. Now I gotta make an example out of it. But once he finally listened to the song,
he's like, yo.
He was in his room.
This ain't the karaoke shit he heard before either.
Yeah, this ain't the karaoke machine.
So he hearing the actual song.
And like I told you, he had them big ass speakers and shit in his living room. So
he bumping it.
He wasn't even bumping it. I was bumping it. He was in his room after he got done giving me a little lecture about this shit. He's like, you ain't making no motherfucking money. What the fuck you trying to do all that rap shit for? And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right.
He cussed me out, told me what it was. I'm like, okay, cool.
Dad shit.
I turned the stereo on. I put the tape in. I push play on the tape, and I'm just sitting there. I'm just letting it play. And, you know what I'm saying? And I'm feeling the bass knocking like a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He come out the room. Sure. He come out the room. I didn't even know he was standing behind me, but I'm sitting on the couch. I'm just sitting there, just nodding my head,
soaking it up. Yeah.
He like, who was that? And I'm like, that's me. He like, no, it ain't.
Yeah, because Five had you go first, so you start off the record. Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, this is me. I'm like, this is the song I was telling you about. He like, rewind it back. So I'll push rewind.
Spin it back?
I had to push rewind.
Oh, man.
And he played it again. My brother was in there, my sister, everybody listening to it.
Wait, by this time, everybody done came in to see what it was.
So now everybody listening to the song, and everybody's so geeked and so happy.
So they're like, Shady actually went to the studio.
My brother and sister like, oh my God, like he did a song.
Hell yeah.
I remember this shit.
Right.
And, you know, my dad was still mad for me staying out late, but I could see him not, and he was sitting there nodding his head with a little grin on his face.
He's like, damn, my kid, yeah. I made the right choice. He felt like it in a way, you know, it did take longer, but he felt like too, he made the right choice by letting you go. You know what I mean? Because it was definitely worth it.
He was the first one that really told me, like, you gifted, like, you got a talent, like, shit, if you're gonna do this shit, you do it.
Yeah.
So don't play around with it.
Right. Take it there. And you definitely have, man. And you definitely put out music and content, and you definitely keep it going, man. You definitely keep the buzz flowing.
Yes, indeed.
You put it down in the city, you show up, you pop up in the city, man, you throw concerts, man, and you know, you've been doing the damn thing, man. That's why we got you here tonight, man. You want to give you your flowers and something little Shady, man. You've been popping, you've been rocking, and he's been doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to fast forward just a little bit, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And we want to get to the point of now we're here today, man, and when we look at your catalog, man, and we just look at the track record of Lil Shady, man, it's a long track record, man. And the catalog is huge, man. It's amazing, man.
Yes.
You know what I mean? I honestly want to say here tonight, man, that I feel like personally, I mean, it's up for debate if people want to say, but I feel like it's not. Me personally, I feel like it's not up for debate. But I feel like Lil Shady has the most music, actual albums, that you can get and listen to out in the entire city. Okay.
Now that I'll agree with you. Toot my own horn. I ain't taking nothing away from nobody else doing their shit.
Right.
But I will say I am the most consistent when it comes to putting out shit in this city.
Definitely.
Can't nobody take that from me.
At all.
You know what I'm saying? And that type of shit right there is the shit that my dad was telling me when he said, you're gifted. You got a gift. If you're gonna do it, do it.
Right.
And over the years, I didn't have my little ups and downs where shit, I ain't have money to get in the studio.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I had to make a way out of no way. Shit, a nigga invite me to a session. Okay, I'm gonna come kill your shit. You got some time left? Let me drop this solo track real quick.
Exactly. Right.
So
Right.
shit. If I had to do that, that's what I had to do.
Improvising, yeah, all that.
Yeah, so shit. My very first project that I put together came from a gang of songs that I was doing on other motherfucking sessions.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you, man. So what was the first, well, before we even say that, man, what was the point to where you felt like, okay, I've been working with Five, I've been working with Tim, we've been doing our thing, we've been getting the buzz, people know I rap now. Now I'm gonna make Lil Shady the entity. You know what I mean? I'm gonna run with the Lil Shady thing and I'm gonna be me, the solo artist.
Me being a solo artist was never even part of the plan. I didn't want to be a solo artist. I always wanted to be a part of a group. I was used to being the one in the group that go last when a song, on any song we did.
Right, yeah. I didn't mind it either, right? Yeah.
I didn't mind being the one to go last.
Mm-hmm.
But after Timmy and J5 went to college, I was here in Warren by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Moan still stayed in touch with each other.
Yeah.
And once he seen that they was gone and I was the only one here, shit, Moan would start coming to pick me up in the morning. I'm out fresh out of high school. Shit, I ain't had no job at the time. Shit, I'm free to do whatever.
Yeah.
So Moan started coming to pick me up, and he would just have me sit in the fucking studio with him for hours and hours and just making beat after beat after beat. We smoking blunt after blunt after blunt. And I'm like, man, I'm falling asleep in there, waking up, going back to sleep. We leave and going to get something to eat, coming right back and getting right back to it.
Yeah.
And one day I'm like, shit, let me drop some solo shit. He was like, well, shit, I didn't think you wanted to do nothing like that.
Right.
So he's like, shit, what you want to do then? I'm like, play some beats for me. So shit, he started playing beats and he like, you got verses? I'm like, shit, I pulled my notebook out like, yeah, I've been writing. And
so then you got comfortable with the writing and the...
I really wasn't comfortable. I was still shy because only way that I can do a song is if it was just me and him in there.
Yeah.
Once other people start coming in, I ain't want to do nothing. I was like, okay, let them do what they do and shit. I'll get back to my shit later.
Right.
But when we was in there by ourselves, man, I felt like I was on top of the world. Like, shit, ain't nobody touch me right now. Like, shit, this is my moment. This is what I've been waiting for. Shit, I got it.
Yeah.
I'm about to kill this shit.
Yeah, because now you in the studio personally with the producers from the underworld. You know what I mean? The guys we seen been doing it. You know this man does it. You sitting in there with him, watching him work every day.
I'm nervous than a motherfucker when the first time he told me to go in the booth. Like, I picked the beat that I wanted.
So what? He makes the beat right there, or something he had on the catalog?
No, I told him to play some beats. Yeah. Because I mean, I was already in there for 4 or 5 hours. I'm like, I ain't about to sit here another 3 hours waiting for you to make a beat.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, play some shit you already done made.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he flipping through beats, and you know, I'm nodding my head, you know, and one caught my ear, and I'm like, leave it right here. So I'm like, loop it and just let it keep playing. And he did that, and you know, I'm flipping through my verses. I'm like, okay, I'm ripping this page out. Like, okay, I'm gonna use this one for the first verse. Then I'm flipping through again, and I'm ripping that one out. This is gonna be the second verse.
Yeah.
And then shit, I got like a half a verse for the third verse. So I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna just freestyle the rest of this shit.
Because you had that on lock. Yeah.
And shit. And then he started putting his input in on certain bars that I was spitting. He said, instead of saying this, say that. And the shit started coming out better. And then on my third verses, when I be struggling and running out of shit to talk about, shit, Moan helped me write a lot of my third verses.
So he went into full producer mode with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He went into full producer mode with you, like, okay, look, you know, I had the 3 guys, the other kids went on, they're going to college, they're doing their thing right now. Everything's still cool, but I got this guy here, he focused and he ready. I'm gonna work with him.
Shouts out to Moan, man. Moan, he didn't really even have to fuck with me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But he stayed in touch with me after they left, and shit, he kept coming to pick me up. Shit, getting me high, getting me drunk for the first couple times of my life.
Setting the vibe.
Yeah, setting the vibe. And I'm like, I need this right now. Like I said, I was broke. I ain't had no job. I'm fresh out of high school. I'm just coming and going as the wind blows.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Figuring yourself out, finding your way.
He kept me in that motherfucking studio, watching him make beats. And he like, shit, well, I'm making beats, you be writing.
Yeah,
like, shit, you might not do a song to this beat, but shit, just to have verses on deck. He said, you never know when them verses come in handy. And soon after that, they start working on Ghetto Overdose. And
legendary.
Even though I didn't get on that album, I was there when he made a lot of them beats.
Yeah, right, because you were sitting there with him.
I was sitting there when he was making these beats. I'm not knowing that these beats is gonna be the beats that they use for their album and shit. I'm just there just listening to the beats.
Right.
And at the time, like, they was going to the studio in Youngstown, True Sound Studio. They was fucking with Vaughn.
Yeah, shout out to Vaughn, man.
Even though they was still recording they little songs over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They would still go to Youngstown though.
Yeah,
to, like,
they're doing
really
pre-production over Moans.
Yeah.
And then they go to Vaughn's to get it laid down, mixed,
get
mastered.
it all the way laid down right.
Yeah.
And you know, the very first song that I heard them working on when me, J5, and Timmy came in the studio, the Wiped Out song.
Yeah, right.
That was the same song that they was in Youngstown redoing.
Yeah. Finalizing it.
And this was a session that me, J5, and Timmy wasn't even invited to. Moan wasn't answering his phone for none of us. We was all blowing him up.
Yeah.
And he wasn't answering none of our phone calls. And J5 just knew that they had a session in Youngstown. So he like, we about to just go.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fuck it, let's go.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm gonna jump on something.
Yeah.
So shit, when we get there and shit, you could tell by Moan's face when he sees like, I ain't answer the fucking phone for a reason.
Yeah, right.
Why the fuck is y'all niggas here?
Right. This is supposed to be a closed session. But
they was working on that Wiped Out song.
Yeah.
Contact did his verse. I think Chaos did his verse. Moan did his verse. And somebody else was in there doing a verse, but they were struggling with their verse.
Yeah.
So they was taking a break. They came out the booth while they was like writing and fixing their shit.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there with my notebook because the beat's still playing. So I'm sitting there with my notebook. I'm just nodding my head. I'm spitting my shit. And Contact, shout out to Contact.
Definitely.
He was the one like, you got something for this, Shady? I'm like,
what?
I'm like, hell yeah.
Right.
He like, well, shit, go in there then.
Wow.
I'm like, is it okay? He like, yeah, go ahead. So I walk in the booth, and that was my first time being in a real studio booth.
Right.
Like with the glass, and you could see everybody.
Yeah.
You see soundproof shit all on the walls and
Contact
shit.
himself tells you, go ahead in and hop on this.
Contact told me to go in there. And I was in there for like another 5-6 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just got the headphones on. I'm spitting my verse again.
Right.
And then Moan's like, you ready?
There he is
like,
again.
Whoa, oh shit.
So now Moan feeling it. Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, I'm ready. And they hit play, man. I spit like 6 bars before I fucked up. And once Vaughn stopped that damn beat, I heard everybody like, oh, keep that shit, do it like this. And
so you hear the underworld say,
Contact was the main nigga at the fucking window, like,
keep that. Yeah.
He like, yeah, there you go. That's it right there. Ooh. He said, take your time, calm down a little bit, and run that shit just like. And the very next take, man, I ran that verse the whole way through.
Wow.
And when I came out the booth and we played the whole song and they heard my verse, and Contact like pulled me to the side and was like, hey, I'm trying to take you up under my wing. Like, man, you got potential for real.
Wow, that's huge, man.
He said, I know you got your J5
See with your guys.
I know y'all got y'all thing, but he like, man, I'm trying to fuck with you for real. He's like, man, you 839.
Man, stamped it right there.
Right then and there.
Stamped it.
1998, I'll never forget the day. I'll never forget that moment.
Yeah, man. Wow, dude, stamped it. So you literally wasn't invited to the session. 5 saying like, look, we're going anyway. You get there, you end up in the building. They don't turn you away. They cool with like, okay, yeah, come on in.
We got high, got drunk, all that shit.
Yeah, so it wasn't even just like, all right, go ahead and watch this. You actually got a chance to let's hop on the 839. Yeah, wow, man.
Contact was the first nigga was like, man, hey, you go ahead.
Man.
I see something in you. And he kept telling Doja and Moan, like, hey, it's something about him right there.
Yeah.
He said them together as a group, him, J5, and they dope. He like, it's something about him. Like, man, we need to fuck with him.
Yeah. So then you see in the solo career, so you like, you know what, maybe I should. Then they go to school, they
was in school, they was in college, so we couldn't get together and do songs and shit like we used to.
Mm-hmm.
So then, I mean, all the songs I was recording was mainly solo songs.
Right.
And then that's around the time when Iceman was getting ready to come home from prison.
Oh, legendary time, for sure.
Yeah, when Iceman was getting ready to come home, man, everybody was talking about it. Contact, Doja, Chaos.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, hey, when you meet Iceman, like, it's going to be different from fucking with Moan. He said, because Moan one of them strategic producers.
Absolutely.
Like, he don't give a fuck if he take him 3 hours to make a beat.
Mm-hmm. He gonna take that time.
He gonna take that time because when that beat come out, it's gonna be fire.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be undeniable.
Yeah, yeah.
Iceman was the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
He'll make a dope ass beat in 15 minutes.
Right. He whipped it up so quick. He whipped that work so quick.
All you gotta do is tell him the concept of what you want the beat to sound like.
Yeah,
man, he gonna be like, all right, I got you.
Split the verse.
Yeah. That's one thing about the Iceman. He can have a beat already made, or he can hear you and then make you one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's just how you want it.
Beats. Because shit, Iceman asks you like, what you got? And he'll just hear your verse.
Exactly.
He'll just listen to you spit your verse and start making the beat around your verse.
Right. So how was that, man? Because you used to being able to go in, you listening to beats, you sitting there, but now this guy, he come home and he's like, all right, let me hear you. You know what I mean? So give me your introduction to the Iceman.
The first time I met Iceman, we was at one of my homegirls' house on the east side on Adelaide, Jasmine Betts. Mm-hmm. We was at her house. She was known for having like a lot of the east side niggas over at her house. We were just drinking, smoking, shit. She bringing females through. Shit. We running through the females, whatever.
Right.
Shit. And I was over there with Frude.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Lamont 330. Shout out to Lamont 330, man. He doing big things right now. He just did the show with the homie, right? Yeah. Shout out to Lamont, man.
Yeah, he was over there.
Yeah.
Them niggas in the kitchen shooting dice. Jamie Foreman. R.I.P.
Definitely.
They was all in the kitchen shooting dice, and I don't know, somebody yelled out like, "Moan about to pull up with Iceman," and I'm like, "Oh shit, Iceman out!" I didn't even know he was out. Right. I knew he was getting ready to come home, but I didn't know that he was out.
Yeah.
And I still remember the first time I seen him, I didn't even know it was him because I seen Moan come in the house, but after Moan came in the house, it's like 3 other niggas who came in, so I didn't know which one was Iceman.
Yeah, right.
I just seen a dark-skinned nigga with all these weird braids in his hair.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that gotta be Iceman.
Yeah.
I'm like, that looked like a nigga that would be named Iceman. He had these braids going all up to the middle, and they were just all fluffed out and
some ODB type shit.
Iceman do some weird shit when it comes to his hairstyles, but
definitely.
He have curls one minute, braids the next minute, have a fade the next minute.
Yeah, right. Yeah, for real though. Definitely switching it up a lot. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, that gotta be Iceman. And once me and Mo got to talking, he like, this Iceman right here. And then, and I'm like, okay, nice to meet you. I shook his hand or whatever. And he was like, hey, this Shady, this the dude's song you just jumped on tonight. So I'm like,
no way.
Because I did a song like 2 weeks prior to him getting out.
Yeah.
It didn't have a hook on it. Mm-hmm. It had 2 verses. It was about me creeping with a female.
Yeah.
And
so the hook space was open still.
The hook space wasn't open because I put a hook to it, but it was bland. It was corny. It was just something to put on at the time. And Mom told me, like, we'll come back and fuck with the hook.
We'll finish it, but just get something on
there. But when he said, this is the dude's song you just jumped on earlier, I'm like, what?
Wow, yeah.
I'm like, Mom. So I end up leaving with them that night from Adelaide, and we get in the car, and Mom had the CD. And so he played the song. The song was called Keep It on the Down Low.
Yeah.
And once I heard him sing, I'm like, oh my fucking God.
So he dropped vocals on it for you.
He sung his fucking heart out on that motherfucker, fresh out the pen.
Yeah, wow.
Like, Iceman is definitely a nigga I gotta work with.
Yeah,
Like
right,
I got
right.
goosebumps and everything.
Like this, the Iceman.
I felt like I made it. Like this is my hit right here.
Yeah, yeah.
But Mom kept telling me like, this ain't it. Like, man, you got to keep going. You got to keep pushing. Like,
Just
you
the
can't
beginning
just
of
be,
it.
you be happy with one.
Mm-hmm.
You got to keep going and going and going.
Right, right.
He said that's how you get longevity in this game.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just make a song and be like, okay, I made it.
Right,
He's like,
right.
'cause you ain't made it out of nowhere yet.
Right.
I mean, we still in Warren, Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But still, that feeling of euphoria.
Yeah.
You're hearing about the Iceman. They building up the anticipation.
Yes.
He come home. Not only do you meet him, you find out that he already laid
some vocals on my shit.
Fire. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Yes.
yeah, man.
I
So
was happy to
Shady's on
motherfucker.
cloud nine. He's got to be, man, because
Mhm.
you're seeing the journey and you're seeing the steps you're taking, the sacrifices, man, and seeing it all coming together like this,
Yes.
man. It's got to be feeling great at the
Hell
time,
yeah.
man. You
Hell
know,
yeah.
you know. So you got the beats and you got the songs from Moan, man. So it's like, all right, when are you thinking? Like, all right, we're gonna put this project together. We're gonna call it this. You know, this is gonna be the whole
At
vibe
that
behind it.
time, once I heard Iceman's hook on my song, I started hollering at Moan like, it's time for me to do some solo shit.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Timmy and J5 gone. Like, shit, we
Mm-hmm.
can't do the group shit.
Right.
So, I mean, eventually he was like, yeah, you're right. So he started making me a gang of beats. He did. He started making me a gang of beats. And even if I wasn't there in the studio with him, he would like make the CDs and shit. He'd bring them to my house.
Like here go the beats.
Here go these beats.
Yeah, yeah. So he
shit.
all in. So he all in. You got the contact cosign.
So I'm writing to these beats, this, that, and the other. And
well, honestly, you're part of the family now because he said stamps
yeah,
839.
contact stamps.
You in? Yeah, you in?
I'm in.
Right.
So shit, but like I said, when Iceman came home, it's like, okay, I want to fuck with him. I want to see who this dude is and what he about, because I've been hearing so much shit about him.
Right, right.
So it's like, shit, I want to fuck with Iceman personally on a one-on-one level.
Right.
And shit, I can remember he was living in Cold Court when Cold Court was still up.
Yeah.
I was living on Palm Mount Road, and I'm like 19. I just started really drinking. I wasn't really a drinker, but St. Ives, it was something about St. Ives. Man, I used to get a 40 of St. Ives. The shit tasted so sweet to me.
Yeah,
like, I would be chugging
right.
40s of that shit. But long story short, man, I hit Iceman one day. He gave me his number, and I finally called him, and I'm like, man, I'm trying to get a beat made. And at the time, I guess he didn't have no equipment to make a beat.
Yeah.
But he was like, shit, you could just come through my crib. We could smoke a couple and chill, and we could plot on some shit or write some shit, or give me an idea what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And when we get in the studio, I can just knock this shit out. So I'm like, cool.
Right.
So I went and got like 3 40s.
Right.
He said he had the weed. So I'm like, shit. Man, I get to Cold Court, man. We sitting in my car in the parking lot, and we listen to Contact's album.
Oh man.
Oh, Contact's album was fucking fire. Oh my God. We bumping Contact's album, sitting in the parking lot, we chugging the 40, smoking and shit.
Yeah.
I'm high as fuck. Mind you, I'm fresh out of high school. I ain't no smoker like that.
Yeah,
I'm just doing this shit because everybody around me doing it. So now I'm doing it. So shit, I'm high as fuck, stuck, just sitting there, just stuck.
Right.
But I'm hearing the album, I'm hearing the shit, and Iceman happy. He like, yeah, man, I'm fresh out, man. I got these couple verses on the album.
He working.
Yeah, so he like, shit, I'm ready to keep working.
Yeah.
So he like, so what's the concept that you talking about that you want to work on? And I'm just sitting there stuck. Like, huh?
Yeah.
He like, man, what you trying to do? And I know, I had to snap out of it.
Yeah.
And, I took Contact CD out. I put the Lucy Pearl CD in. I don't know if you remember Lucy Pearl.
Yeah, yeah.
Shit, the nigga from Tony, and the chick from En Vogue and the other dude, whoever.
Right, right.
It's a song on there called "Don't Mess with My Man." Don't mess with my man.
Yeah,
yeah. I played that song, and I'm like, I want to do a song, something like this, but instead of her saying "Don't mess with my man," like, "Don't mess with my girl."
Yeah.
And he like, oh shit, that's all. This is right here.
Yeah.
Like, I'll do this shit in 15 minutes.
Yeah, shout out to the Iceman. Yeah, because that's how he is. Yeah, he's like that.
I'll do this shit in 15 minutes.
Definitely, yeah.
And man, I called Moan, and Moan like, man, I'm about to pull up at the studio right now, at the lab. We called it the lab.
Right.
So he's about to pull up at the lab in like 15 minutes. I'm like, shit, I'm with Iceman right now. He like, man, come on. And man, we went over there. Iceman laid that beat out in 15 minutes.
He wasn't lying. Yeah.
15 fucking minutes. And then he went in the fucking booth and did the hook. And oh my God. That's when my solo career was really, that's when I had it in my mind, like, yeah, I'm gonna do this solo shit.
Right.
The group shit is over, Chill, J5 gone. So I mean,
Right.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
Definitely.
So that song right there is what put my solo career in motion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's amazing, man, because it's like the heavy hitters and the forefathers, you know what I mean? They came right in, they embraced you from the beginning.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And they had no issues with, you know, putting you right onto the family, man, and giving you the beats and the production and the, you know what I mean? You just see how welcoming and how inviting it was for you to come into the game, not just because of being from the town, but also you had the talent, man, and you would put the fucking work in. When they asked, all right, you ready? You was ready.
You ready.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
When it was time for you to step up first, you came right in, you stepped up to the plate, man. You know, when no one else got to put on that 839 album, man, they put you right on, man, and you did your thing. To where they was going crazy, whatever they was happy that you pulled up.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
Turned the whole table. Was like, no, I'm here for a reason.
Exactly. I'm here for a fucking reason. Shit, I ain't about to stop now. Shit, J5 got me into this shit. Shit, I'm about to go all the way through with it.
Right. Shit. Right, man. So how do you feel like today, man? Where are we at today as far as the catalog, man? Where do you think you stand right now as far as albums out that people can tap into, man? How many do you think you have right now to this day?
Yeah. Man, let me say this. My first project came out 06.
Mm-hmm.
And it was called Life Through My Eyes. It was like a variety of songs that I was doing in the lab that wasn't mixed or mastered or anything.
Yeah.
Because at one time, Moan went through a period when he wouldn't let nobody take a song out of there.
Right.
You drop all the songs you want to, but he's not giving you nothing on CD or on tape to take home.
Right.
Because he had it in his mind like, shit, if y'all leaking the shit out to everybody, when the shit comes out, ain't nobody gonna want to buy it.
Right. Right.
And I mean, at the time, I didn't understand that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But now I do.
Yeah, exactly.
And so once he finally started letting me get certain songs, I mean, even though they wasn't complete or mixed or anything, it was like I was to that point in my life where I felt like shit. Like I deserve to have a fucking solo album out. I ain't had the money to do the shit at the time, but I'm like, I deserve this shit. Yeah.
I put the work in.
I done put this work in, man. And done all these goddamn features. I done came out with a couple hit songs. Like shit, you see what I'm capable of.
Right.
Like, let me do my solo shit.
Yeah. It's time.
So I felt like it was time, but at the time it was like certain shit was going on in everybody's lives. And Moan, he shut the lab down for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I was lucky to get the songs that I got up out of there
before he
shut everything down.
Right.
And even like I said, even though them songs wasn't mixed, mastered, or none of that shit, I'm like, you know what? I went to somebody's computer and I had like 13, 14 CDs. And I'm like, okay, I got to get this song off of this CD. I got to rip this song off of that CD. I got to get these two songs off of this one. And then I just put them all in order and I would listen to them and I'm like, okay, this song should go first. This song should go last.
Oh, so you sequencing it and all that.
Yeah. And I'm like, shit, I'm about to do this shit.
I'm putting my album out.
And I did that shit. I started going to the little dollar stores and shit, buying little 10 CDs, 10 blank CDs. Like I said, my money was fucked up.
Yeah. Shout out to the blank CD stacks you can get from the spots. Yeah, bro. Yeah, for real.
Because y'all motherfuckers helped me build my shit to where it is now.
Yeah.
Man,
that buzz.
Them motherfucking 10 CDs for $4.99. Man, that shit was lovely.
Yeah.
Because every CD I burnt, I tried my damnedest to sell it. I wasn't just trying to just give shit away.
Right.
I'm like, man, like my dad was on my ass, like, you ain't making no money from this shit. You know, so I'm going through shit with my baby mom. She like, you spend all your time fucking with the studio shit and you ain't making nothing.
Let's get some return. When's the return come in? Right.
So I'm like, yeah. I started buying all them 10 packs of CDs and shit. And I kept selling my shit and going back buying more CDs, selling more. But at the same time, I didn't have a studio to go to because Mom shut the lab down.
Yeah. So you only had the songs that you had.
I only had some songs, incomplete songs.
Right.
Matter of fact, I don't even know if you remember, but you mastered one of my songs that was on that first project.
Off of the thing on the.
We came to your house. Me and my brother came to your spot on Todd Avenue,
by the
tracks.
Legendary.
Right by the tracks.
Yes. Yep.
My brother got on the mic, Pudge. Shout out to Pudge.
Pudge, yeah.
That nigga got on the mic and murdered it that night. He put a beat on, and I don't even look at him as a rapper, but he was feeling the beat so much. We was high as fuck, smoking. You know how we do.
Always, yeah, always.
And he jumped up because you was like, "Who gonna get on the mic and spit next?"
You know how we do it.
And man, Pudge like, "You ain't gonna." Me like, "I'm about to get on here," and Pudge murdered it.
Shout out to Pudge, man.
Shout out to Pudge.
For real.
He murdered that shit.
Yeah.
And I remember.
Yeah. Hey, that used to happen a lot over there by the tracks, though. Niggas get to hearing them beats. Shout out to my man Will Dukes. Shout out to my man Dukes.
Yeah.
He never spit either, man. Got that man spitting. Got a bunch of records from people who never rapped before. But yeah. I do remember that, man. Some of them, I didn't know at the time that it was that was the progression of it.
That was
by the tracks,
that
man.
was the process that I was going through at that time.
Yeah, right.
When we came over there, me and Pudge was really at a point where he was peeping that my music was hot.
Yeah, he like, oh, this is
but
good.
He's like, okay, I know you ain't got no money getting a studio. He's like, I know your studio that you've been going to is shut down now. He said, but once he finally started really listening to the songs that I had, he like, you hot.
Yeah, something got to get done with these.
He said, you hot.
Yeah, fact.
And, that's when he was out here doing his little thing.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? Just starting off. So he's like, I got money, nigga, shit.
Right.
I don't give a fuck.
Let's push some of these.
He said, find a studio and we going. And when we was at your house that day, I remember I gave you my song. I'm like, listen to this.
Yeah, right.
And then you said, I can make it sound better. I can master it right here. And I'm like,
I know how we do.
I'm looking, I'm
like, I know how we do.
Nah, nigga. Like, how you gonna master the song right here? And he's like, give me the CD.
Load that shit right up to the program. Let's go.
It up. You did some shit, and 5 minutes later, you like, it's done.
Shit crispy.
And you gave me the song back on a CD.
Yeah, right.
And it sounded like 10 times better.
Right.
And I was like, wow. So when I finally put my whole project together, that song, I remember the name of the song was called Sum of All Fear. And it was only a verse and a hook. That was it.
Right.
And
that was one of the joints that went on the album, man.
Joints that was on there. And that was one of the joints that sounded the best out of the whole fucking album. Because like I said, my whole shit wasn't mixed or nothing.
Right. All you was able to walk away with was rough drafts.
That project like catapulted me and put me to where I am now, man. I was out here selling, like I said, I wasn't giving shit away.
Right.
I'm broke as fuck. I need it.
Right.
Like, come on, man. Like this music is hot. And then what tripped me out is I'm pulling up on niggas sitting on 26s.
Yep.
Got these motherfucking custom ass paint job cars and shit. And I'm like, buy my mixtape $5.
Right.
Oh, I ain't even got no money on me, bro. And I'm like, bitch, you sitting on fucking sixes.
Right, right.
You mean to tell me you ain't got $5 with you? And you at a gas station, you in there buying shit.
Right.
You ain't got $5?
Let a female ask you to buy something, you're gonna do that, but
you gonna do that.
Yeah.
Nigga, I would respect it more if you just say I don't want that shit.
Yeah, just keep it a buck with me. Yeah.
Keep it 100 with me. But them was the same niggas that after years went on, they see that I didn't give up and I kept going with this shit. Now I'm throwing shows and shit.
Exactly.
Now these niggas like, hey, how can I get a ticket to your show?
Yeah, pull up. Oh,
I know you're gonna show me love.
Right.
Bitch, you ain't show me no love when I was out here starting off trying to get $5 from you for a CD.
Just to
fuck
listen,
you, nigga.
Yeah, exactly.
I ain't buying you no motherfucking, I ain't getting, no, you ain't getting on, no.
Pay to get in like everybody else.
Pay like everybody else, baller.
No, that's real shit though. No, that's real shit because now today with the newer artists and people coming into the game, they don't have to go through the experience of having the personal interaction with the consumer. Get what I'm saying? They can go right to Facebook, they can go right to your Instagram, they can go right to your Spotify, they can go right to your Apple Music and get everything they need, go right to your YouTube, watch all your videos, never have to meet you, never have to even be in the same town as you. You know what I mean?
That's how so many people done blew up.
But coming up,
Nigga,
in the 90s and 2000s, you got to pull up on people. You got to be outside.
You got to post posters on the goddamn telephone poles.
Exactly.
You got to stop at all these stores and be like, hey, y'all gonna sell my CDs in the store?
Exactly.
You get a cut, I get a cut. Man,
right.
These rappers today got it made.
They do,
all you
man.
got to do is sit at home and look at your phone and shit, you on from there.
And that's how I feel like you can see some of the rappers where you feel like, yeah, he's cool and he getting money, but he ain't really focused on his music. Or like you see interviews with certain rappers, they be like, "Oh, I just started a month ago."
Exactly.
You know,
man.
But it's like,
shit.
But I salute you for that because you deserve to feel that way because you actually had to get out there on the turf, in the soil, and get the consumer to actually, rock with you
or rock with you.
Yeah, exactly. You had to really get that sales pitch right. You know what I mean? Get the timing together and get with the people and interact with the people to get yourself heard. Now you can just put it up there and make it look nice to give them the clickbait and they're going to go right on. Exactly. You know what I mean? So it's a lot different, man. I salute you for that.
The only work that motherfuckers got to do nowadays is getting motherfuckers to click on their shit. That's the only work they got to do.
Just record it. Pretty much, and then put it up on some platform.
Record it and put it up there. All you gotta do is get people to click on it. Back in the day, shit, we had to jump out on motherfuckers in traffic. We used to have streets held up. Yeah. Because we hopping out on motherfucking Highland Avenue, Main Street, just hopping out on motherfuckers, and we sitting there talking with them, trying to get them to buy the CD. Cars are sitting behind us, blowing the horns and everything. And we like, I don't give a fuck, nigga. We trying to make this $5 real quick.
Right, and get heard, really.
And
Ultimately get heard.
Ultimately get heard.
For real, man. So what was it like, man, when you first time you got to actually hear somebody playing it? Like, where were you at when you first heard it in the car or just at someone's house? Or where you heard someone playing it when you wasn't expecting it?
My dude, Josh Petty, I call him my white dude, but he ain't really white, he mixed. He act like a white dude.
Right.
He used to come buy weed off me.
Yeah.
And I had a thing going on to where it's like, okay, you come buy some weed, I'm gonna just give you a CD. I'm just trying to get my shit out there.
Get the bundle. Come get the bundle. Like they do now. Get a sweatshirt, get the CD.
You spend $10 or more with me, I'm gonna just give you my CD.
Right.
2 for 1.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna just give you my CD, you spend $10 or more. So I was selling weed at the time, and he used to come buy weed off me all the time.
Right.
And he called me after he left my house buying some weed. He had some 12s in his car.
Yeah.
And mind you, the songs ain't mixed or nothing. So all he really hearing is bass.
It's slamming. It's slamming in the car. Right.
And when he called me, all I can hear is bass in the background. But he like, dude, your shit is fire. He's like, oh my fucking God, this CD is dope. He like, dude, you need to be sending this to record labels and everything.
Right now.
I need to be your manager. Like, for real.
Let me manage you right now.
He said, right now. And, I laughed and shit.
Because he rides, he got people looking, wait, who's somebody slamming up the street? I'm playing that Shady.
Hell yeah.
Let me call my guy. Yeah. After about 3 people, you're like, wait, let me call my guy, man, because I'm a celebrity right now.
As soon as I opened the phone or answered the phone, all you heard was bass. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right.
But he's so geeked. He like, yeah, this shit is fire.
I can't believe I know you.
Yes, he was so starstruck. Man, he like, I gotta be your manager. He said, I got to be your manager. And I'm like, okay, whatever you want to do.
Hey, what we doing?
So he started getting me shows at Peabody's in Cleveland.
Oh, wait. Hold on. So he wasn't just talking.
He wasn't just talking.
He had a vision.
He had it back, and man, he had a plan, and he said he did what he said he was gonna do.
Wow.
He said, I can get you shows in Cleveland right now. He said, that's
once
what I can do right now.
Once again, family, y'all hearing this, family, off a straight listen, all right? Once again, off a straight listen, man, Shady's elevated to the next level right then and plugged right all the way the fuck in, man. So let's go. So he's serious about what he's saying.
He's serious about what the fuck he's saying. At the time, I ain't believe him because I'm used to motherfuckers telling me they're gonna do something and don't do it.
Of course.
But at the same time, I'm like, shit.
Give you a chance, though.
He gonna keep coming to buy weed off me, so shit.
I'm gonna see you.
I'm gonna see you, so shit. I'm gonna see if you really about what you talking about.
Yeah, right.
And like 2 weeks later, He was like, you need to set up an email address. I'm like, what the fuck is an email
Yeah,
address?
no,
I'm like, I don't know shit about no fucking email address.
First of all, what the fuck is that?
This 0506.
Right,
I'm like,
right.
I don't know what the fucking email address is.
Right.
All I know is go in the studio, rap, get your shit on CD, and go home and listen to it. I don't know nothing about no emails and all that.
Right.
He like, no, you got to start a MySpace page. I'm like, what's MySpace?
Yeah.
He like,
shout
dude.
out to Tom.
He said, shout out to motherfucking Tom.
real shit.
I kept seeing you on my goddamn timeline. I kept seeing you in my inboxes. Tom, shout out to Tom. I don't know who the fuck you are, but shout out to you.
Yeah,
because you really helped like
that's the first Zuckerberg. That was Zuckerberg before Zuckerberg, man. Word.
He had that same fucking profile picture forever.
So did, right? Sitting at the computer. Yeah,
I'm like, damn,
that's what made him millions.
Tom?
Yeah, that shit made him a millionaire.
You had to add Tom.
Your first friend. Your first friend is your first Tom. Yeah, Tom is your first friend. That's a fact.
That's your first friend on there, Tom.
That's a fact.
But yeah, dude was like, man, you need to start a MySpace page. I'm like, I don't know shit about no MySpace. He's like, man, he said, I'm gonna set you up an email. He said, what you want your email address to be?
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know what the fuck. Lil Shady, shit, that's my name.
Right.
He was like, no, it gotta be something catchy. I'm like, it's a fucking email address. Like, it don't gotta be catchy.
Right, what are we saying? Yeah.
But yeah, he like, fuck it. Lil Shady330. I'm like, yeah, Lil Shady, yeah. My area code 330.
Right.
Like, yeah, do that.
Yeah.
So he set up my MySpace page and shit. I didn't know how to upload the songs to him.
Yeah.
So I had to give him the CDs of my songs and he uploaded them for me.
Yeah.
And before you know it, like, man, I was getting, motherfuckers all over was inboxing me like, your song dope. I like your song. This, that, and the other.
Right.
And then out of nowhere, shit, females from California was hitting me like, that's DB on that song. I'm like, you way in California. How
you
the
know
fuck you know that's DB?
Right. You know the Iceman?
They're like, I know DB.
Yeah.
Ain't I know his brother Dre? And this,
Right.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. But then again, right, you got the Underworld, the 839, you got the top. They was putting music out. They was
traveling and doing shit.
Yeah, right.
So I'm like, okay, this MySpace shit is popping.
Yeah.
I really wasn't familiar with
now,
how
this is
to
the
use
beginning
it.
of streaming.
Yeah,
so all the youngins
beginning.
out here that's tapped in. This is the beginning of streaming, streams and uploadings and profiles, profile pics, all that. This is the very beginning of it. You know what I mean?
The very beginning.
Yeah. So you're getting people checking you out and they tapping into you. Now, this is not the audience necessarily from the hood now. Now, these are people that aren't even from around.
They ain't even from around.
Tapping in, right? So this is a different energy.
I'm getting messages
fans.
from motherfuckers from all over. Like,
real fans.
Your song is dope. I like this song. I like that song. Yeah. How can I get this? And I'm like, well, shit, you gonna have to come to Warren to get it. I don't know how to get it to you.
At the time, it wasn't that downloaded. It was live wire and certain stuff like that. There were certain things to go through.
I couldn't get it to you. Shit, I'm broke. I ain't got no goddamn money. Shit, I'm trying to make it like the next man.
Right, you gotta pull up, get the CD.
But the shit felt good to hear people say like, I like your song.
Yeah, never met him in your life.
Never met him in my life, but they like, I like your shit. It's dope.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where my first project got the really up and going. And like I said, when Petty put me up in front of motherfuckers out in Cleveland, at Peabody's, it was like, man, this motherfucker's for real.
Yeah, like, so you're going to do your first show. So dude was not playing no games. He got you in and he got you on the internet, got you streaming, and now he got you booked for a show, man. So how you feeling right there, man? Give me that setup from that day when you're getting ready and getting prepared for the show. That was like
a big sense of accomplishment because, like I said, I was on my solo shit at the time. I'm just trying to find myself for real. And the first show I did, I opened up for Fat Al. Fat Al.
Wow! Shout out to Fat Al, man. I done came down. Shout out to Fat Al, man.
I opened up for him,
man. And that's huge though for your first shit, man. Once again, so your first studio session, you get in with some people that's established and doing their thing. Your first show, you get in with someone who's established and doing their thing, man. That's huge, man.
And like I said, at the same time, I'm broke than a motherfucker. I'm like, I don't even know how I'm really getting connected like this, but I'm just going with the flow. I'm like,
the universe is lining up for you.
Okay, everything is lining up how it's supposed to be. I'm like, shit, okay, everything good. We are good. And shit. I killed the show at Cleveland. I killed it. Man, it's like after I got off stage, everybody left. It's like, okay, he's a headliner.
That album even came out yet.
Man, I did 6 songs.
Wow, that's a nice set.
And you know, when you do a show, they give you like 2 songs.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get 6 songs. That's a nice set. You get 3, 4.
When I say Petty was on his job, he was on his motherfucking job because not only did he pay to get me in that show, but once my 2, 3 songs was up, he went to somebody and was like, you see how the crowd is reacting to him.
Keep him going.
Let him do a couple more songs. He got a couple more right now.
We got him here. So
they because they waiting on more of a crowd to come for when Fat Album come out.
Of course, right.
So they like, let him go. Let him do some more.
Yeah, we got a few more.
And those 3 more songs is what really turned me all the way up, because it's like once they brought me back on stage to do them 3 more songs, the crowd was so used to hearing me. Yeah. It's like, shit, they into it now.
They're just waiting for it. Like, oh, he coming back, let's go.
The first 3 songs was like, okay, yeah, he cool. I fuck with him.
Right.
But then I did 3 more songs and they like, oh, yeah. So it was like, shit, that was my show. That was like, I was a headliner.
It turned out, oh, man, that's crazy.
It's crazy how the shit turned out. And like I said, I felt like a superstar at the end of the night.
Right.
Like, shit, Petty made me feel like I was on top of the fucking world. He like, nigga, when we get back to Warren, I got bitches. It's
right. It ain't over.
So I felt like, shit, yeah, nigga, I made it. Nigga, I'm on stage rapping 1 minute. Next thing you know, I'm in a room with some bitches.
About the afties, at the party, hell yeah.
I'm still broke than a motherfucker.
Right. But Rich and the movement and the vibe, everything you had going.
Motivated. I was like, yes, here it goes.
For real, which is the real rich, which is really being rich, man, because we all know happiness is, happiness is the real wealth, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. And clear mental health, man. That's the real wealth. You know what I mean? Because even these billionaires, man, you know what I mean? They're going through shit.
Ain't happy at all.
Exactly. That don't give you the happiness, man.
Don't give you the happiness.
You know what I'm saying? So really, that's real, true happiness that you're feeling at that time, man. It's like, even though the rapper money necessarily wasn't there, the feeling and the energy of being that MC and that rapper was right there at its fullest, man.
And to walk off stage, everybody come up to you, giving you dap. Females giving you hugs, like, I love you.
Yeah, people you never met before.
Motherfuckers I never even met.
Right.
So it's like, it was weird to me but at the same time, it was like, yeah, this is what I've been wanting. This is what I feel like I deserve.
Right, exactly.
For all the work I've been putting in the goddamn studios and sitting in all these sessions and all this shit.
Hours.
I used to quit jobs to go to the studio.
Mm-hmm.
If Mom said he was in the lab at a time that I had to go to work, either I'm calling off or I just no call, no show. I'm going to the studio.
Right. Made the sacrifices.
I made that sacrifice.
Definitely, man. That's what it takes, man. That's exactly what it takes. So I got to ask you, man, in the midst of all this, do you talk to Five? Do you talk to Tim? And what's the conversation like, man? And what are you saying? What's the dialogue like? Because now Shady's taking off. Yeah, we did start this together, and we all doing it, maybe even separately. You know what I mean? Because of where our lives are taking us. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm doing my thing. I'm with the core of the people, and I'm making moves, man. What's that conversation like?
Man, the conversations nowadays is like, okay, we older now. We're a lot older now. We done all lived our lives and experienced different shit. And, we ain't been around each other like that.
Right.
But it's all love when we talk, especially with me and J5. Because I mean, that's my motherfucking nigga. He's the one who got me into this rap shit.
Right.
If it wasn't for J5, I would not be rapping. So I gotta tip my hat off to J5.
Definitely.
Because he motivated the fuck out of me to keep going. Like I say, he taught me everything I know about rap.
Had no ego at all because he was doing it. He didn't have to do any of it. He had music coming out. He was recording. He had the knowledge of the game.
He was already established.
Right. He knew what he was doing, man. But he saw
took
something
time out to show me how to do the same shit he was doing.
Right, man.
Even if I didn't rap the same style he rapped or pick the same beats he picked.
Right.
It was like shit.
Yeah, he didn't want you to sound like him, go his direction. He let you be yourself,
he
man.
Let me be myself.
Yeah,
I mean, I always appreciate him to the day I die for that.
Man, that's huge.
When me and J5 talk, you know what I'm saying, we reminisce a lot about the old days.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? If anybody know J5 and y'all done got J5 on the phone, J5 will talk forever. Especially if he fuck with you.
Right. And you got a real history.
Yeah, and we will sit and reminisce and reminisce and reminisce to the point where it's like, God damn, we've been on phone 2 hours already. Shit, my shit about to die, J5. Let me call you back.
right.
J5 will keep going and going. But it's all love, though.
Yeah,
I
it's a
love to
genuine
hear from
relationship.
him. I love to hear from J5 when we talk.
Yeah, it's real genuine, man.
Actually, Timmy, man, this motherfucker, he be in Cali 1 minute, he be in Florida the next minute,
Mr. Olympia,
he be in Tennessee the
Mr.
next
Olympia.
minute.
Yeah,
he be
he's
everywhere.
The man. Yeah, man. Shout out to Tim for sure, man.
He actually just posted a video last week. He in a studio in Cali right now, fucking with like a up and coming rapper that's about to be out in a minute. And I don't know how he finagled it or whatever, but shit, he's singing a hook on a song that this rapper about to do.
Oh man, shout out to Chill, man. Doing his thing.
Doing his thing. Hey, and Chill, he's doing his country music shit too.
Yeah, I seen that online, man. I saw that.
Man, when he was here in Warren,
he
was at Moan's house. Moan got a studio in his house.
Yeah.
But Moan don't fuck with everybody like that.
Right.
Everybody can't come there and do nothing. But me and Chill was there, and man, when he had Moan make that fucking beat, I instantly was like, this is a country song. He like, yeah, I'm about to do that.
Man, so he versatile.
And when he got on the mic, he just didn't spit a country. He adopted the accent and everything.
Yeah.
Oh, where's my country girl?
Yeah.
I mean, he was talking like a real country ass motherfucker. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? But once the song was done and I listened, I'm like, he killed it.
Yeah.
On the country side.
Right.
He said the country music awards is coming up. He said, I'm about to go to Tennessee and I'm taking these songs with me. And
man.
And I swear to God on everything, within a week after him leaving, he called me and Moan. He like, nigga, I'm in Tennessee. I'm at the Country Music Awards. He said, I'm bumping shoulders with all the stars, everything. He said, he let a couple people hear his music and motherfuckers was like on his shit.
Yeah, they rocking with it. Yeah.
You a black country motherfucker.
Right. Like my boy from what's my man from Hootie and the Blowfish?
Hootie and the Blowfish, the black dude.
He killed it.
He was killing
He switched over to country and killed it.
Him.
You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely possible, man. Shout out to Tim, man. Yeah, shout out to him.
Chill, me and him about to come out with an EP together.
He definitely got the look.
He just really learned how to start making beats and shit.
Yeah. Another thing we want to touch on, man, is you got a lot of albums out as far as the catalog, man, but a part of that catalog is also a lot of collaborative albums.
Yes.
You know what I mean? You did a lot of music with a lot of people in the town. Yes. We've heard from the stories of, with certain people, but also, you got like the infamous Cobb, you know what I mean? You got Shalimar the Great, rest in peace to Shalimar the Great, man. Supreme, man. Let's just say the Supreme, man.
Supreme.
Shout out to Supreme, man, for real. But give us a little bit about how you the creative process and the collaboration. How do you pick who you want to collab with? You know what I mean? And when you're putting something out, man, and working with other artists, man, what's that like with you?
When I choose who I want to collab with, it's mainly me by myself. I might get a spark to want to do some music. So it's like, okay, shit, I ain't got no up-to-date beats. So it's like, I go to Iceman, or I hit Moan up, or my nigga Propedelic in Youngstown. I hit one of them up, like, hey, I got an idea for this song. This is what I wanted to sound like. I don't want it to sound identical to this song, but
this is the template for it. Just
give me something similar
the foundation
to it,
of
and
it.
I can rock from there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, a lot of my songs that I come up with, I'm influenced off of listening to another person's song.
Right. No, I get it. Right. So music, listening to music and being in depth.
And me being involved with an older chick is like, okay, she play a lot of older music. And
which is perfect for an artist.
Perfect. Because I love samples and a lot of
right. That is hip hop. Yeah, right.
So when she played them older songs for me, it's like, okay, I might be in a mode where it's like, I don't want to hear this shit right now because I'm turned up, I'm drunk, I'm high, I'm in the mood to kick it, I want to bounce.
Right, of course.
But when she play that shit, it's like that music side of me kicks in. It's like, shit, nigga, you better listen to this shit. So I listen to the shit, and it's like I instantly think of Moan, because I think of Moan as the Kanye West of Warren. Like when it comes to having them sampling, ain't nobody fucking side
at all. No, that's a fact.
I call DB the Dr. Dre of Warren. Because he come up with those fucking beats that sound like Dre would make, or better.
Yep.
So it's like shit. And then Payne, he just a laid back, smooth nigga. He like his OG funk type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He stick to that. He true to that. And I mean, I respect all of them for that.
Facts.
So it's like shit. When I got an idea for a song, it's like shit. If I want some strictly West Coast shit, I hit Payne. If I want some in between shit, I hit Iceman. If I want strictly samples, and it could be whether it could be a street beat or some soft shit, I hit Moan. So it's like when it comes to my producers, I got them strategically.
Yeah, you got the big three. You got a big three.
Yeah, so it's like shit. When I want this, I know who to go to.
Right.
I want that, I know who to go to.
Right.
Now, as far as me,
which is three crazy options to have too, because they all three of them dope.
Three of the best.
Yeah.
You got all three of them dope. So it's like shit. When you sit there and you come up with a concept for a beat, and when I pick what artists I want to fuck with, it really depends on how the beat sounds.
Yeah.
Because if it's some up tempo, deep bass type shit, some bounce type shit, okay, I might go holla at Pistol, holla at Young Tragedy.
Shout out to Pistol.
Shout out to Pistol, because that nigga be killing shit.
Definitely.
Say what you want about Pistol, I don't give a fuck. Pistol be murdering shit.
That's
lyrically.
A fact. We've been playing that America on the radio show.
So I mean, I see why you say I'm the best rapper in Ohio.
Yeah.
Because I mean, he shows it lyrically.
He definitely does.
He shows why he's one of the best.
Right. And now we know how, we don't know exactly how, but we can see how the Lil Shady Contact album comes to be.
Okay.
Right.
That album, like I said, Lil Shady and Contact album really supposed to be a Lil Shady album.
Right.
This was 2017. It was some Facebook shit going on about local rappers and this, that, and the other. Motherfuckers not supporting each other. My brother Pudge jump on the status like, shit, get all the hottest niggas together. I'll pay for all the studio time. Every session, I'll pay for it.
Yeah, well, let's get it then. Right. Shout out to him for that.
When I seen him saying that, I'm like, okay, shit, I'm in there. Now, I already know I got to gather up all the hottest rappers around here that's doing their thing.
Let me get the squad together.
And we're going to get some shit cracked. And we did exactly just that.
Yeah.
We went like a month strong. I mean, we had K-Star in there, we had Pistol in there. Shit, Turquoise, shit, Mook, Crenny, shit, oh man. Iceman, Contact, shit, Doja before he left to go to Missouri. I've got motherfucking shit. Mr. Irv.
Mr. Irv, man. Shout out to
Can't forget about Mr. Irv.
Mr. Irv, we need you on the show.
Mr.
Irv, we need you on the show, brother. Tap in, brother. Tap in with me, bro.
Gotta get Mr. Irv on the show.
Definitely from the soil. Definitely one of the originators.
I'm sitting there trying to think of everybody I had.
Where y'all recording this at? Y'all at Vons or
recording everything at Nexus?
Nexus. Shout out to Nexus.
We was doing our shit, everything. Like it was motherfuckers that was coming to the session jumping on songs, and I didn't even know. Because I felt like the movement was going that good. It's like shit, whoever coming.
You got a hot verse.
Whoever, you got some hot shit, come on.
Right.
I don't give a fuck who you is, come on.
You know what? And that shows a lot to your character too, man, because that's the same way how you came in. They welcomed you in, you know what I mean? So you showed that same courtesy, same love.
Shit, you want to shine? Come on, shit, let's do this shit together.
Man, that says a lot, man. That says a lot because a lot of artists, man, not saying that's wrong, but you know, they get focused on their career and that's all that they're focused on. You know what I mean? And if you can't benefit that at all, they don't deal with you at all. You know what I mean? Exactly. It's not wrong, but at the same time, it takes a lot for somebody that's focused on their career to be able to, you know what I mean, come out with open arms to other artists to bring them in. And it helps with the creative process.
You're exactly right.
Because more different artists you deal with, you start to step your game up and start trying different styles.
Because shit, K-Star was the first nigga who made me like really like turn my shit up. Like, cause I can invite him to a session and honestly don't have shit for him to get on. I just know I want him on something.
Right.
And I can have like 3-4 beats that I've been struggling with for us writing to and coming up with ideas to him.
Right.
And I'll play a beat for him. And within 5 minutes, he hopping around the studio. He hopping around the studio, hitting some shit already. And I'm like, I couldn't come up with shit to this. Because you already 5 minutes in and you already going.
Right.
And then next thing you know, he got a hook rope and he's like, man, come like this. Or I'm coming like this. And this is how the song should be. I'm like, okay, shit.
Yeah, that's
even though he younger than me and he taught me some shit.
Right, he polished.
He polished.
He definitely is polished. Man, shout out to K-Star, man. He definitely up and coming.
Man, for real.
Yeah, so you're getting all these people together and you're putting this project together, man. And well, let's just say, how's it feel, man, to even know that you and Contact are putting the album out, man, and he's with the whole movement?
Hey, like I said, when I started this shit, it was really supposed to be my album. I think I was like 2 sessions in and I had like 4 songs done. And I start emailing him to Contact and start just letting him hear them. You know what I'm saying? And he started hitting me back.
So check
like,
this out.
This shit hot. I'm like, shit, what you doing? You working on some solo shit? And I'm like, yeah, I'm getting back at it. Come on to the sessions. Like, come on. And I'm like, shit, we all just dropping shit. Whoever.
Yeah, pull up.
Whoever got something, come on. Like Pudge paying for everything, come on. And man, Contact started coming and it's like, whenever he would come, I was always in the middle of doing one of my songs. Everybody else would be done doing their shit. It was always where I was doing one of my shit.
Right.
And as soon as he would walk in, he'd be like, I gotta get on this. I gotta get on this. I'm like, Tack, you ain't even heard the whole song yet. I don't care, I gotta get on it. He's like, I heard the beat. He's like, shit, I heard the beat, that's all I need to hear. I'm good. If me being me, I'm like, shit, this is my motherfucking nigga.
Right.
I'm like, shit.
Go ahead, get on, right.
Get on.
Because he did the same to you.
He did the same to
like
me.
We said in the beginning, right, when he heard you,
I
he
can't
come
never
on
tell
in.
Contact no. Shit, I don't give a fuck what I'm working on. If he want to get on it, he gonna get on it.
Right.
Because shit, when I was a young nigga and I was looking for my shot, he the one who gave me my shot.
Right. Put you on an official record.
I never tell Contact no. Shit, I actually want Contact on shit. As time went on though, shit. Like I said, it caught Pudge's attention and Pudge like, shit, man, y'all dropping hot shit. Y'all might as well just drop an album.
Oh, he started hearing some of the records.
Yeah, because he was there in the sessions. He was sitting, like I said, he used to pay for the sessions.
Right.
He used to buy pizza, buy Henny, buy weed, all that
Set
shit.
the vibe,
so he made sure everybody was cool while they was there.
Yeah.
But once he started hearing the songs after we would lead the sessions, that nigga was like, shit, y'all got some hot shit. Y'all might as well just drop an album together.
Just do the Contact Lil Shady album.
And we just finished the album up.
So how'd you feel though? Because you were working on your solo shit and you really taking grasp, like, all right, look, I'm taking the reins. I'm riding for me right now. So for Pudge to say, hey, let's do a collaborative album on this. You know what I mean? What did what was the first thoughts in your mind? Was it because you definitely liked Tack's music and wanted to work with him, but it's like, I'm really trying to get on my own, but
man, this ain't the first time that I put my solo shit on hold. You know what I'm saying? I can rewind you back to 2009 when shit, me, Keith, Pudge, and Alex was just about to get out of prison.
Shout out to Alex once again.
Yeah. And we was doing the collaborative shit then.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, I was supposed to be doing my solo shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And once he got out, my cousin Keith's like, hey, shit, Alex dope.
Right.
Like, fuck with him. Like,
right.
I was at a point like, we don't need this nigga. It's like, we got us 3. That's it. That's all we need.
Exactly.
But shit, they went and picked him up the day he got out. They brought him to the studio, and that nigga, he walked in the booth and killed it. And he won me over right then from there.
Yeah.
So this ain't the first time that I had to put solo shit on hold for some group shit or some other shit.
Right.
But when it
plus the music obviously had to be fire for you to be like, yeah, you know what?
Yeah. Because it took a lot for me to like gravitate towards Alex. Because for one, I never knew him like that. I mean, we grew up together, and I used to see him through elementary school and
of course, here and there.
I just never fucked with him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So when Keith brought that idea to me, like, hey, we need to bring him aboard, I was like, I don't fuck with that nigga.
Right,
I don't
right.
know that
What
nigga.
you mean? Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
when he got out and they went and picked him up and brought him to the studio, and the first verse he spit, I was
yeah,
like,
shout out to Alex. Them lyrics was fucking crazy.
I was like, hey, bring him on. I was like, yeah. You're like, we need to do some good shit.
That's a fact.
So that was like one of the first times I put my solo shit on hold. But when it came to me in contact shit, like I was more accepting to put my solo shit on hold for that.
Right. Especially him, because he's established.
Yeah, like I said, that's
he's the man around town.
He's the man. Like,
so shit,
you can ask anybody around Warren right now who the hottest rapper in Warren, they're gonna say Contact.
And it was a great look. It was a great look. Let's just keep it real. It was a great look for you.
Yes.
You coming up, you getting your name known. It's an amazing look. It's an amazing look for you. It definitely is, man. So you get that album done, and I want to talk about this. Fast forward just a little bit, man. I want to talk about this album that you have out with the infamous Cobb, man. Give me the relationship with you, the infamous Cobb, how that came to be, and how you decided to, okay, you know what, let's put a record together.
Well, first of all, I met Cobb through J5. You know what I mean? That's his cousin. So when I started fucking with J5 on the rap shit, J5 would always tell me about his cousin Cobb. Like, Cobb hot, Cobb dope. Like, I used to always look up to J5.
Right, so to hear him saying that.
Nigga.
Yeah.
I used to look at J5 like, he the hottest nigga.
Hell yeah.
But shit, when he kept talking about Cobb so much, I'm like, man, I gotta meet Cobb.
Right.
And when I finally meet him, I'm seeing these goddamn bottle cap glasses.
Right.
He had a box.
Right, no doubt.
And he just smiled and laughed a lot. And I'm like, this nigga?
Right, this is the hottest, yeah.
But once they start putting them beats on and they would freestyle back and forth, I'm like, okay, I see why J5 talk about him like that. Like, he don't look like he that type of nigga, but shit, he spit that shit like he that type of nigga.
Absolutely.
I'm like, wow.
To this day, Cobb, and definitely a legend. Yeah. Cobb, we need you on the show, man. Yeah. Come on in, Cobb.
Yeah, Cobb, you coming next.
Facts.
But anyway, over the years, man, me and Cobb always stayed in touch, and we always fucked with each other. We didn't got put on some of the same songs together over the years. You know what I'm saying? But it came to a point where I was finally getting ready to do my solo shit. Yeah. Like I said, I kept putting my shit on hold. Right. So I'm like, okay, now the time to get my solo shit going. And I don't know what made me think of Cobb.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I was thinking of him because I was listening to a song that he did on Me and Contact's album. And my girl kept playing the fuck out of that song because she just like two, 3 words that Cobb said on a fucking verse. All these hoes want to fuck this nigga. C-O-double-B because I get to the chippers. Right. My girl loved that shit. Right. She loved that shit. Right. She's like, you need to do more shit with him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Cobb? I'm like, okay. I can see myself,
Yeah, the balance was nice.
We got 2 different type of styles, but I'm like, I see it working though.
Right.
And I'm like, that's been my nigga for years. And so I'm like, shit, hell yeah. And Cobb was at a point where he was like, shit, he was pretty much done rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Transitional point.
If somebody called him to feature on some shit, he'd do it. But like, as far as like putting a project together and all that shit, he said, I'm done.
Right.
I'm cool. Shit. And me, I wasn't feeling that.
No, I'm still going. Hey, we know that from the beginning of the interview. We know Shady's not going to stop.
No,
that's not going to happen. Right.
And I hit Cobb up and I'm like, man, what's up with an album? And he like, what album? What you talking about? Yeah. And I'm like, what's up with our album? And he like, what album? Like, you trying to do an album or something? I'm like, yeah, nigga, like, what's up?
Yeah, right.
And he like, well, shit, what we gonna name it? And what's this? And he like, man, I ain't really trying to, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, he want to know the logistics of it. Right.
I'm like, nigga, he like, man, I like, my girl been in my ear. I'm like, I keep listening to certain songs and shit. I'm like, I'm trying to figure out my next move on what I'm gonna put out next.
Right.
I'm like, I really need to be focusing on my solo shit, but I'm like, I want to do another collab
album. Yeah, right.
Like, me and Contact shit hit kind of hard.
Definitely.
I'm like, shit, me and your shit coming right after that. I'm like, man, come on. And he like, fuck it, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? He just made it seem like it was no big deal. Like, fuck it, I'm with it.
Let's do it.
But when we got
because he already knows how you operate.
Yeah,
he knows how you work.
That's what he told me.
Right.
When we got to the studio, he like, man, I ain't really trying to rap like that. He said, I'm only doing this because it's you. He said, I see your drive, I see your passion. And man, for years. He's like, you've been keeping Warren going forever.
Facts.
He said, when everybody else done fell off and stopped doing music around here, like, nigga, you keep doing shit. He's like, you stay promoting yourself. And he's like, I love that.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's one reason why I wanted to have you here tonight, man.
Yeah.
Because that's been going on forever, man. Every time we looking up and we've seen the artists, if anybody's promoting, anybody's pushing something, it's always you out there online and the social media, man, is keeping your shit out there, man. And we definitely
if I don't do it, ain't nobody else gonna do it. Shit.
Right.
So,
right.
Shit.
So what do you do, man? Do you call your go-to producers immediately, or how's this coming together after you talk to Cobb and he says, all right, let's do it? Where do you go, man?
The first thing I did, I didn't really even try to jump into no new shit. I went back to my archives. Like I said, we was dedicating our album to Shally.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So I went back to the archives and was digging up old songs that had Shally on them. And I'm like, okay, we gotta do something for Shally. I gotta throw him at least on 2-3 songs.
Right.
So I mean, them was the first songs that we put on the album was them old songs.
Shally was
I just got them remixed made them sound good and all that. And them was like the first 3 songs on the album. Cobb had a couple old songs. I had a couple old songs, and then the rest of the song was shit. It was new shit. We was on the spur of the moment. Whoever came in and had a hot verse, shit. All right, you jumping on? All right, come on.
Yeah.
If your verse hot, and we keeping it. If it ain't, hey, don't be mad if you hear the album and it ain't on there.
Right, we cooking. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right.
So that's how we was doing it, and we didn't want to put that many songs on the album because we felt like the songs that we had on there was good enough for the listener to keep listening to that shit. And then once the album is over, the shit was so good, they want to hear the whole album over again. We didn't want to flood the album with 19, 20 songs.
And a bunch of fillers and
all that.
Right.
We're going to hit them with all these bangers.
Yeah.
And shit, bam.
Take these hits
and keep playing them over and over and over and over again.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We got my guy in the building right now. He been playing this shit for how long?
At least 4 or 5 months.
You feel me? The playback quality and all that is, yeah. So it's definitely there, man. Y'all definitely picked the right records, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, I can also see that how, you trust your ear, you know what I mean? And the sound. And when you get the sound, you see the vision of how you want to do it. And if it's possible for someone else to get on it, you pick the right person. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people, they put out music and they end up doing a lot of music with the homies, necessarily just because the homies are around. You know how I can get.
And they don't sound good on everything.
Yeah, and there's no disrespect to nobody, but it's like when I'm creating and you're around, you'll get caught up in that wave of come on, hop on. It's like we were talking about earlier about a bunch of people who never rapped in their life still don't rap, but just being around you or around me, they would, man, give me that.
Yeah.
Let me have a pudge. You know what I mean? Let me have what? You know what I mean? So sometimes though you get caught up in that, in the midst of you creating, you get caught up in being with the homies. And, bro, hop on this. You here every day. You live it too.
Hell yeah.
Sometimes we respect their lifestyle and we go ahead and be like, try the rap thing because you live it.
Yeah.
But it don't necessarily bond and blend in together.
It don't blend in
you know
together.
What I mean? But when you get with Tack, when you get with Contact, when you get with LX, when you get with Infamous Cobb, when you get with, you know what I mean? It's like a bond of people that's actually doing it, and the way it comes in together, it's like a perfect collaboration.
Exactly.
Man. You know what I mean?
And I'm so good at like picking certain artists for certain beats that I get.
You are the ear, man.
Because
that A&R.
I've heard so many of these local artists around here. It's like, okay, shit, I know he sound good on this. I know he sound good on that. She sound good singing this.
Right.
So I mean, shit, I got a good ear for that.
Yeah. So you also got producer qualities also in there blending in with it.
I don't know how to produce shit yet. I'm gonna learn.
Right.
I'm learning.
But hey,
if we listen now.
But if we listen to your story, you put them hours in with the producers, with the real people that's really doing it. You know what I mean? To see how it's done.
Hours and hours. A lot of artists don't even like to be around the producers when they're making the beats. So
man. I mean, even if we talk about
every step of the way,
even if we talk about, like you were saying, your favorite artist, Tupac.
Yeah.
Okay. we know Tupac's story. He would lay it down and next one. Mix that shit while I'm at home.
Yeah, while I'm at home. Yep.
But which is cool too.
It's cool.
But that relationship with the producer and that whole experience.
I like to have a bond with the relationship or with the engineer or the producer that I'm working with. So it's like shit. You know I'm taking my shit serious. I want you to treat my song like it's your song. Music.
Yeah.
Treat my shit like it's your shit. How would you want your shit to sound?
Exactly.
So it's like make my shit sound like how you would want your shit to sound.
Right. Handle my shit with care. I'm building that rapport with you to let you know that I'm serious. You know what I mean? This is the real thing. And that's just a fact, man. So you do this album with Cobb, man. Y'all laying the records down, man. And then you do something prolific in the town, which hasn't happened in a long time. You bring the city together. You do the show at the Triangle, man. And you're bringing in artists. I mean, one of my favorite new artists right now, which I actually got to see at the spot, man, was SK, man.
SK.
Shout out to SK, man, because yo, I gotta say it right now.
SK.
Family, if y'all ain't heard of him, family, tap in. Yo, shout out to SK. You know, hey, the boy got lyrics, the boy. When you see the next generation, man, we'll get to that in a minute. But
I love SK. That's been my nigga since what, 2007, 2008.
Oh
man, he wasn't even rapping then. He wasn't even a rapper then. He was just listening to the shit that I had.
Yeah, just one of the guys.
The unmixed shit, the unmastered shit that I was just putting out, circulating in the streets.
Right.
Like he was listening to that shit, and he was cool with my baby mom's cousin, so he was always around.
Right.
And every time he would see me, he was like, man, your shit dope, man. He like, man, I'm about to start rapping. He like, man, shit, what pointers can you give me?
Right. Some advice, yeah.
And I would try to give him a little advice that I could, and he would appreciate the fuck out of that little advice that I gave him. And he was like, man, I'm about to start my shit. He like, man, when I get going, he like, man, you got to come drop some shit with me.
Man, that's dope.
And as time went on, he started making studio sessions. I mean, shit, I ain't gonna lie. His first couple songs wasn't all that great.
Right. When you just starting out.
I kept fucking with him though, because he was dope. I felt like he was dope. I felt like he had potential to be dope. So shit, I'm like, shit, I'm about to make a studio session. Come in the studio session with me.
Yeah.
He watched me do a couple songs, and then we did a song together. And like I said, the song wasn't all that dope because he was just starting off back then.
Right, learning the ropes. Right. Same how when you came in, you know, you was freestyling, but we weren't even writing yet. You know what I mean? So I can see how you give people opportunity and show the patience to give them a chance to evolve and grow.
That song that we did together, he cherished the fuck out of it. And shit, he respected me from that point on. It was like, shit, he kept saying, I look up to you. I look up to you. And, I watch what you do around here. And he like, man, I'm trying to move how you move.
Yeah, because you're definitely the most consistent.
Man.
Definitely, man, you got the most records out in the town. Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying that, family. Are you looking at the man right now? He got the music out there. He put out the most music. He working the hardest. He keeping his face out there for you to always see. And you can always get to him, tap in on Spotify, all streaming platforms. You know what the vibes is, man. So back to this Cobb album, man, because it's a great album, man. I already know it is. And it's two of my favorite rappers from the town actually getting together. And I like to see that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Especially in the name of Supreme, you know what I mean? Because we know he's definitely a legend.
Yes, indeed.
You know, Shalimar is that's just beyond words. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just beyond words of his lyricism. But anyway, so as the album evolves and you're hearing it and the album's coming out, how are you feeling about the whole situation? Because obviously this is building a bond between you and Cobb now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we already had a close friendship and, you know, a good knowledge of each other. And you know, because I always respected him as a rapper, for real.
Definitely.
He was one of the rappers I looked up to coming up.
Definitely.
So, I mean, it was only right that we get together and drop an album. But as the album was coming along, I mean, I'm going to be honest, this album only took like 3 weeks for us to put together.
Oh.
Once I said, we're going to put an album out, and Cobb like, fuck it, I'm with it. I'm thinking he bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm like, because he was just so nonchalant about like, fuck it, I'm with it.
Plus, he had said he didn't really want to do anything.
Yeah,
right.
He said he was pretty much done doing music, but
right.
Like, fuck it, I'm with it. So I'm like, oh, this nigga bullshitting. But I'm making the sessions and shit, and he coming.
He pulling up to the sessions,
he pulling up. He might be late, but shit, he coming, he paying his part on a session and everything, and you would look at him and be like, okay, shit, he ain't got no notebook, he ain't looking at no phone to read no verses off.
No, yeah, that's one thing about Cobb, right?
So I'm like, okay, is this nigga really prepared or what?
Right.
And then when I be like, you ready to go in? He's like, yeah, I'm ready. And next thing you know, he come out 10 minutes later, he got a hot ass verse.
Drop the
like,
fucking bomb.
He ain't reading off a phone. He ain't got no paper, no.
Right. I have to give that to Cobb because we've been in the lab with Cobb a couple times and he had nothing but what he brought with him.
And I'm like, what you doing? He like, man, you sent me the beat a week ago. He like, you sent me the beat a week ago. He's like, shit, I already wrote to it. I already recited the verse 50 million times. I know it by heart.
Right.
So I'm like, wow.
His
Even though I go over my verses over and over again, I still, when I go in the booth, I read off the phone.
Definitely.
Just in case.
Definitely.
Just in case I fuck something up.
Yes, me too. Oh, trust me. I might know this.
Words. I might know it, but I still want to read it when I spit it.
Exactly. I want to leave nothing out.
Leave nothing out.
For real. So shout out to Cobb for that, man, because he's a real professional when it comes to that, man.
Exactly.
And he don't give you no trash, man. When he goes in there like that, you might not believe him at first, or you might feel a certain way at first, but when he comes out of that booth, man, it's all worth it, man. And it's like, print that.
Print it ASAP. Gotta print it ASAP. Fuck with Cobb.
For real, man.
He showed me a whole nother avenue of doing music, and it's like, shit. Him and Doja. Because him and Doja is the only two artists that I know that'll get a beat a week ahead of time and will come in the fucking booth with no pen, no phone, no nothing, and they'll run through the whole verse.
And already have it.
Easy.
Oh, that's dope.
They do the shit easy, and
that's like, real nice for an artist that's paying for studio time.
Yes,
because you yourself, you're gonna make sure you get it done in the time you need to get done. But when you bring other people in, it gets kind of, all right, look, man, we got to get this done.
Yeah.
But when guys come in and like, oh no,
I like shit like that. Yeah. I love that because we can get more songs done.
We can do a couple now.
We can do a couple more now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't taking nothing away from rappers who sit in the studio and write on studio time, but it's like, y'all wasting money.
You are, man.
Sitting there writing a fucking verse for an hour and a half, and then you spending another 30, 40 minutes in the booth trying to get the verse right because you don't know it all the way.
Exactly. I've done that before.
Learn your shit and go in the booth and knock it out ASAP.
That's we always have somebody.
Yeah. And that's the thing. When you are that type of artist who needs to be in there live, you know what I mean? And write it live while the beat's playing. If you're one of them artists, well, you better have a studio of your own.
You better.
Or a big bag because because it's gonna cost you.
It's gonna
for
cost
that
you.
Because you've been in there 3, 4, 5 hours just writing. No one even been in the booth yet.
I feel disgusted when I go in the studio and just see motherfuckers just sitting around writing and the beat just playing over and over again. And the engineer just sitting there just okay, you getting paid just for just sitting here.
Yep.
Fuck that. When I get in the studio with an engineer, you about to work.
We getting right to work.
You about to fucking work. You want this $100 and something for this session? You about to work. Shit, you about to earn your money.
Yeah, you're not gonna just sit here and scroll while we writing.
Yes.
Yeah. So what's the name of the album with you and Cobb that's out?
TheWarren Stories.
TheWarren Stories. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
We made it like the way it's spelled on the artwork is war. And then the slash, and then the other
war story.
Like war stories for real.
Yeah,
more stories
for real, man. Yeah, definitely, because it's a small town, man. But it's big things going on in the small ass town.
Things, a lot of shit, a lot of shit going on in the city.
Right, you'll see people from out of town. You'll be like, why would you want to be here? But then when you realize it's like, because this is so much money in a small area. Why wouldn't you want to be here?
I used to ask motherfuckers like, why did y'all choose to come here? And they always say money.
Exactly.
I heard there's money here. I'm coming here.
Exactly. Because there really is so many creators around here, and not even just on a musical or entertainment level. It's just this town is just full of people that are constantly trying to put something together. You know what I mean? Constantly trying to evolve and grow on a certain level, man. You know what I mean? And you're the embodiment of that, man. Growing and coming up and sticking to the game plan. You know, collaborating with different people, soaking up the game, you know what I mean? And just mastering your craft, man, to where the shit you put out now just coming out straight perfection and shit like that. Because obviously, I mean, they can't see right now, but we have Mr. Ooh-wee in the building right now tonight. You know what I'm saying? We have him in the building, and he can tell you personally himself, you know, how many spins in the certain joints when that little Shady come on, the money shit and the flexing and the when them come on, it's just this is vibe. And it's somebody that you can tell is seasoned and experienced and know what they doing when they putting the track down. You know what I'm saying? You know, and speaking of that album, man, that flexing with you and Cobb and Shally, man, it's crazy. Man. The record is crazy, man. Is there a video? Do you plan on doing a video? What's the future plans for the album itself, period, man?
Do track videos.
Facts.
Oh yeah, we was already talking about doing a video to flexing actually like a couple weeks ago. Unfortunately, Shally can't be here to be in the video.
But right.
We like, okay, we gonna get whatever video footage we got of him, whatever
Facebook,
pictures we got of him,
yeah.
And we just gonna incorporate that shit in the video because I mean, shit, that's what Shally would have wanted. I mean, one of the last things that Shally told me before he died, it was like, Shady, I just want to be heard. He said, I just want to be heard. And I said, as long as I'm doing music, nigga, you gonna be heard. You my nigga. Shit, we grew up from kids together. Fuck this music shit. We grew up from kids together, walking the horse man every day.
Right, from the
so
turf.
Like, shit, nigga, shit. If I'm still doing music, nigga, you gonna still do music.
You doing music too, yeah, man.
Like, shit, nigga, I got you.
That's a fact, man.
Don't worry about nothing, shit.
Right.
And even though he dead and gone right now, shit, as long as I'm still doing music, Shalimar's voice is still gonna be heard.
That's a fact, man. That's a fact. That's respectful, man. Long live Shally, man. That's respect, man. That's much respect. Yeah, for real.
Yes, indeed.
Shally, man, solidified the game, man. He's definitely a giant in this.
Giant.
Another one that can come
Shally
up with
was about to be a problem for real. If Shally would have got his foot in the door for real, man, he was about to be a problem for a lot of these rappers out here that's out right now. Acting like they the hottest.
For real.
Shally was about to shit on niggas.
So what's Shady cooking up right now, man? I mean, we don't want to give him everything yet because I know like got some things in the works, man. But you know, what's next for Shady, man, and where we coming with it, man, and what can we look forward to?
The Come Over Here video. That's me, Cobb, my nigga Jab Jones. He used to work at the motherfucking radio station in Youngstown, 94.7.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He helped me get my foot in the door as far as probably get my songs on the radio and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He was the the dude behind
the plug,
that.
Yeah, right.
He was the plug behind that. And that was before I even knew who the fuck he was. Like shit, I just knew that he would call me every other weekend, like, hey, your song about to get played.
Oh, that's
next
love.
thing you know, shit, he hit me like, shit, I do music too. He like, shit, I want you to come jump on my songs too. And you know, at first I'm just like, okay, shit, I'm used to hearing that shit from everybody. Everybody want me to jump on that shit.
Right.
But shit, he was dead ass serious about it, and shit, he came and picked me up.
I'm on my way.
He came and picked me up.
Yeah.
And then once I got to the studio and he started playing certain songs that he had for his album coming up, I'm like, oh shit, this nigga ain't playing. He made his own beats, everything. The whole album was all him. He made all the beats on his album, everything.
Man.
And he gathered up a bunch of artists. Shit, a chick named Diamond. I don't know who she is. I still haven't met her. We on a song together, but I ain't even met her yet. Dope as fuck.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god. He got Shally on the album. He got Cobb on the album. He got SK on the album.
Wow.
Shit, he got a couple other people on the album. I'm like, shit, dope.
Yeah.
So we about to do the video to Come Over Here. That's on me and Cobb's album.
Okay.
Shit. I'm about to do an album called Been There, Done That 2010. And the reason why I call it Been There, Done That 2010 is because, like I said, I'm so used to putting my solo shit on hold.
Right.
But, you know what I'm saying?
I
had a whole solo album done in 2010.
Right.
And once we linked up with LX and we started doing our little group shit, I kind of like just threw the album to the back burner.
Right.
But the more I keep listening to that album, I'm like, this should have been the album that I should have put out back then. And shit, ain't no telling where the fuck I might be at right now if I would have just put that album out.
Right.
So, I mean, it might be an older album, but shit, every song on there is a fucking classic. It's a banger.
And it's with the times.
It's still with the times. Like I said, ain't nobody heard it.
Right.
It's old to me. You know, I'm tired of hearing it. But shit, once I put it out, it's going to be brand new to everybody.
Right. Old to me, new to you. Yeah, I see that on Instagram. From the females all the time. Old to me, new to So same with the music, man. The music is timeless.
I'm about to put that album out. And then my mixtape, I don't even know what I'm gonna name this mixtape yet. So far, the process has been beautiful.
Yeah.
Like it ain't I ain't knocking like any producers that I work, but it ain't nothing like getting some fresh beats from like the internet.
Yeah, no doubt,
Shit.
no
I
doubt.
might be on YouTube and just hear some random instrumentals that come down the
Right.
timeline, and I'm like, God damn, I gotta drop something of that.
Yeah, right, no doubt. And it helps you expand
It'll help you
a
expand.
little more. Yeah, the
Okay,
lyricism
I'm about
and
to
all
murder
that.
this shit.
Right.
Yeah, and then bam, I hope the motherfucker who made the beat hear it one day. Shit.
Show your versatility a little
show
bit.
my versatility. Like, man, I can get on this and kill it. I can get on that and kill it. I can kill any beat I get on.
Right. And
which has been proven right now.
Which has definitely been proven, man, from the very beginning.
I feel like you ain't a real artist if you can't be versatile. If you just
That's a fact.
basing your whole career on rapping about one thing, motherfucker, you ain't no rapper.
Yeah, if you want to,
you just good at rapping about one thing. You ain't no rapper.
No,
you just talking shit pretty much on the track.
Right.
Man, I rap about everything. I got songs that make motherfuckers cry. I got songs that make motherfuckers want to fuck. I got songs that make motherfuckers want to fight. I got songs that make motherfuckers look at life and be like, damn, I'm fucking up. Let me get my shit together.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing like being a versatile artist and be able to touch many different audiences.
Exactly, man. Shit. That definitely makes the bag bigger.
It makes the bag way a lot bigger. Because you got so many different people out here in this world that feel different type of ways about certain shit when it comes to music.
Yeah, you're right. Because when you see these Rolling Louds, you know what I mean? These festivals, because right now it's all about the festivals. You know what I'm saying? So if you're an artist, you want to get on one of these festivals. That's really what it's about. Rolling Loud, South by Southwest. You know what I mean? You want to tap in with these. But when you go to these crowds, when you go to these festivals, it's so mixed, you know what I mean, of different races and people that want to listen to so much different shit. You know, if you want to tap in all this money and all these people, you got to have them, you know, you can't just be one dimensional with your art, you know?
You can't. You got to be versatile. You got to be able to tap into every aspect of reality that's going on in different people's lives. Because everybody think different, everybody feel different. Everybody live their life different.
That's right.
So it's shit, you got to be able to give them something that everybody can relate to.
Exactly. Touch them on every level.
Relating to the hood. Okay, shit. I didn't grow up in the hood. Shit.
Right.
Okay, I done spit hood shit. Now I want to touch other topics and other people.
I got other shit going on.
Other experiences.
On in my life. Yeah, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? I rap about shit. I rap about being in love. Shit. And motherfuckers look at you like you soft if you rap about a female that you love or a female that you want.
Right.
Fuck
but it's
that
like, man,
shit.
That's part of life, man. Y'all can't sit there and act like you ain't never.
Right. You the hardest of the hardest. Nigga, you done fell in love.
Yeah, you done seen something. You
cried over a bitch. You done something.
Hell yeah.
You done been vulnerable.
Right.
Plenty of times in your goddamn life.
Yeah, right. Can't pretend. That's a fact.
You are not no 100% hardcore ass nigga.
Right.
Shit, you got feelings too. So shit.
Right. You know, and that's one thing they kind of put out there about Tupac, you know, and some people that they kind of like hate a little bit because they're like, oh, well, you know, he would say this, and then the next one he'd do Dear Mama.
I ain't give a fuck what nobody said about Tupac. I love everything he came out with. I'm a Gemini just like he is.
But it's about that though, just like you just said. You have to be able to touch every one of them lanes. And Tupac could do that. You know what I mean?
But as far as being a Gemini though, shit, I can jump in the studio and do a song women and be like, I love women. I'm uplifting women. Then I can get in the studio next week and be like, fuck this bitch. I don't give a fuck about that bitch. Fuck that bitch.
Right.
That bitch ain't shit.
Right.
But it's like it's really a real message in the songs that I'm saying. Like if I'm downgrading a woman, it's the reason why I'm doing it. It's like I'm not just doing it just to do it.
No, right.
Because females put themselves out there like that. They do that shit, and then when a motherfucking rapper speak about it, he get backlash for it.
Yeah. Well, really, it's like, you know this was really going on. Like, exactly.
Like y'all just want people to sweep this shit under the rug and act like it don't exist. Bitches ain't shit.
Right.
Niggas ain't shit. I rap about all that shit.
Sometimes they is and sometimes they ain't.
Sometimes they is, sometimes they ain't. Man, fuck that shit. I'm gonna rap about it.
Exactly.
I rap about what I experience in life. I don't rap about nothing I don't do.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about, man. Keeping it genuine, sticking to your story, you know what I mean? And constantly growing and progressing, man.
Yes,
so
indeed.
Let us know, man, where everybody can find you at, man, and where can they tap into the music at, man? You know what I mean? Where can we find you?
I'm on everywhere right now. Like I'm on YouTube. Shady330. I'm on Spotify, Shady330. Apple Music, Shady330. Shit, Deezer, Shady330. Like pretty much any platform that you want to look for me on, you gotta type in a Shady330.
Streaming on all platforms.
All platforms, Shady330, SoundCloud, all that shit.
Right.
Tap in with me, especially on YouTube, man, because I don't just post like rap videos and shit on YouTube.
Right.
Shit, if I'm just out and about doing, and I see some funny shit going on, I'm gonna post that shit on there too.
Yeah, getting
So,
the day in the life, you getting all that.
Like I said, I was at the motherfucker. I was in Youngstown last night with Lamont Bryan.
Right.
Man, I recorded his whole set while he was on stage and shit. Put that shit on my YouTube page. Like it ain't just music, shit. I'm entertaining you in more ways than just music.
Yeah,
shit.
man.
I'm just trying to take motherfuckers and let them walk through my shoes in my life.
Right, giving them a little shady, man. Come and tap in with a little shady.
Videos and shit. This is what I'm doing in my real shit. I'm smoking. I'm chilling.
Right.
Shit. I don't go out that much, so when I do go out, I'm gonna document that shit. I'm gonna let me know I'm out. Shit, this who I'm
giving
around,
the fans a close look, a personal,
it ain't
intimate
just music
look
on my shit. It's shit, everything. It's everyday life shit. I think that an audience appreciate an artist more if they can see what the fuck he doing. It's one thing to put out dope music, and you can post that shit on Facebook and Instagram and all that shit all day long. But if they don't see no visual, they don't see who you really are and how you really interact and live your daily life. It's like, okay, you got a dope song, but who the fuck are you?
Right, to really relate to you.
We don't see you.
Right, so and that's like a difference now. That's a difference now in the game. Because back in the day, before we even started doing music, we were just listeners, consumers. We didn't know anything about these artists.
Exactly.
We just heard your music and George Clinton and people like, we didn't know anything about you.
We ain't know nothing about
We never seen you anywhere. We never, you know what I mean? Magazines, maybe, you know what I mean? But and some videos, but that was it. You know what I mean? You got the music, you got the advertisement, and then you got a video. And that's pretty much all you knew about the artist, you know what I mean? But now it's a lot more intimate. They follow you on your socials. You know what I mean? They really get to see what you're doing day by day.
All that shit.
Right. They get to see what you're doing day by day and really, really relate to you.
So the internet makes shit a lot easier for artists to blow up nowadays than it was from when we started out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you said about passing out the CDs, having
to had to jump out on motherfuckers.
Convince someone. Yeah, really.
And then I used to watch the Eazy-E documentary, and he was pulling guns on
with a gun.
Yeah. Shit.
How you sell your CD with a gun? Like that sound cool, but when you on Kenilworth and you want to get the CD, you kind of don't want to pull out a gun.
You pull a gun, shit, they might come back and kill you.
Yeah, or auntie them outside. You know, it's factors. It's factors to the sale. Shit. You know,
they might come back and this nigga try to make me buy and shit. I'm gonna kill this man.
Yeah,
fuck
man,
that.
it's factors
fuck
to
you
it, man. It's like, and I might want you to buy another one. I might want to put another album out. So if I put the gun on you, I might not get the second sale. You might not buy this too.
So you might not buy it this time, but I'll actually catch you next time. I ain't gonna pull no gun on you.
Yeah. Shout out to Eazy-E, man, because they definitely doing it on a whole other level.
He made the motherfuckers buy it.
He was definitely on a whole other level. Yeah.
He made them buy his shit.
For real. He was definitely determined to get that album out. That album was coming out, you know what I mean? But
by any means necessary.
But I mean, the point is, you know, it was a different time, you know what I mean, to where you really necessarily had to get out there, shake hands, and kiss babies.
Exactly.
Like they say, the president, you had to be outside.
You gotta sit behind your computer or your phone, and you can blow up overnight.
Right now, a rapper can say he outside, but never be outside. You on the computer screen. But back then, you had to be outside.
You had to.
Yeah,
you had to really live the shit you rapping about.
That's right. There wasn't
Nowadays,
no Twitter
beef. You don't gotta
beef.
live nothing you rapping about.
No, there wasn't no Twitter beef. There wasn't no in the comments on Facebook. If you literally had an issue with an artist and something was going on with you and another artist, you're gonna bump into this artist and you're gonna have to handle that however, talk it out or take it to the extreme. Either way, eventually it's gonna have to get handled.
That's why I rap about shit that I live, rap about shit that I've been through. I rap about shit that motherfuckers can respect and relate to.
Right.
I ain't trying to get off into all the other shit.
Yeah, because all the other lanes.
Motherfuckers, I mean, I believe in the little saying, fake it till you make it to a certain extent.
Yeah, right.
But when you out here like, yeah, nigga, I got 6 houses, I got thousands and this, that, and the other, bitches by the flop. Bitch, you ain't got none of that. Shut the fuck up.
Right. Just making it sound good.
Up. You heard this live from Lil Shady. Shut the fuck up.
For real.
If you ain't living what you rapping, shut the fuck up. Because I know you, especially if you're around here. I know you. And if I don't know you, somebody I know knows you.
Right.
You ain't living what you spitting. Shut up.
Yeah. Stay in your lane, please.
Stay in your
We respect it a
lane.
lot more.
Yeah.
For real, for real. So, man, I just want to say, Lil Shady, man, we thank you for being in the building, man. It's a great interview, man. You definitely one of the hardest working in the game right now, man. You definitely been keeping the town alive. Took the town on your shoulders, man, and been carrying us through this whole thing, man, and keeping hot music behind it.
Yeah, and one more thing I need to add before we end this. I ain't seen one artist. I mean, I think I started the trend, to be honest. But before me, wasn't no artist out here paying hundreds and thousands of dollars on artwork, CDs,
right?
And I'm giving all the shit out free. I think I was the first artist that was actually out here doing that, spending thousands of dollars on artwork, studio time, CDs, all that.
Right.
And I would go straight to the stores and just put that shit on all the stores for free.
Let them come get it.
Come get this shit.
Right.
I was trying to put my name out there, put my face out there, and it's like shit. At the same time, I'm showing my city love because I'm representing for my city.
That's right.
And shit, and you can hear that in damn near every song I spit. I say something about Dub City.
That's right. That's
so
right.
It's like shit. I feel like I was one of the first artists to ever like start putting out CDs and just giving them motherfuckers away for free.
That's for real, man. We salute that because you definitely put the work in. You definitely invested in yourself. You know what I mean? And that's huge, man, to let these kids know. Invest in yourself, man. That's how you're gonna get there, man. Always believe in yourself and put the money and the work behind yourself, man, because you know you always gonna get the work done.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? If no one else does around you, you're gonna get the work done, man. So invest in yourself, believe in yourself, man, and keep it going like Lil Shady, man. Because we've seen how he rock it. He never give up. He keep the game going, and he keep it consistent and hot. See,
definitely,
it's a difference if you consistent, but it ain't always hot. But you've been consistent, and it's been flame every trip, man. There's a difference in that, man. Right. You give people a reason to tap in with you and rock with you, man. And we thank you again for being on the show, man. Want to give you your flowers, man. Salute the young Shady, man. Everybody tap in with him on all streaming platforms. Shady330. Let's get it, fam. We up at the store. Game changers. Lil Shady. Let's get it. We out. Peace.